Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Studio Experience. I'm one half of the studio, Nick. My counterpart, Zach. Bud, how was your weekend?
We're back. We're good
Locked.
weekend, chill weekend.
Yeah.
Um, just watching ball,
Okay.
um, hanging out. Not much more not much more to it than that. Nothing too special on my end. What about you?
Man, I mean, I was out and about this weekend. Had a little Halloween party on Saturday.
Okay.
Me and the missus went down there dressed as I was Paulie D and she was Little Snooks.
Okay. You get boozed up?
So I did get boozed up a bit.
Okay, there we go.
Did get a little boozed up. We were playing some flip cup. And, of course, they put me right against my girl, so, obviously,
Yeah.
you can't win because then, like,
You
you
could.
wanna well, yeah, but you'd rather lose the battle and win the war, you know what I mean? Like, you're
Yeah,
kinda
sure. Sure.
hashing it out. And so, you know how, like, normally if you play flip cup, like, if this is the cup, people kinda feel it, like, about that, so you get a couple good gulps and, like, we're
Yeah.
we're into flipping. My buddy was giving me he said he couldn't
You
let me off
just
the hook, bro. I was
okay.
getting cups just like
You had
this
to
is
really
Celsius.
chug.
Bruh. And then so the first round, my team wins, and I, like, kinda fucked around on mine, trying to give her
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
shot at it, kinda going bro, from after that, they were locked the whole
They said we're
time.
not losing ever again.
Bro, there were rounds that I couldn't even chug my drink before they finished doing their dilly and dally, and I was like,
Dang.
"Well."
All right. If
But
they're
it
locked
was
in like that, what are you gonna do?
dude, I was trying to ask the ref, like, "Hey, can you just, can we kinda, you know, take my little handicap
Mhm.
away a little bit, let me kinda get back in the game," but the fun weekend nonetheless, we started it off with that little trip down there to, Knott's Scary,
Yeah,
which
little Thursday night knots
oh
action.
boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, what would how would you, kinda just give the viewers a little bit brief into, like, what we went through, I guess, or endured?
I mean, we endured mazes,
Yeah, wide,
scares,
wide,
booze, we had to endure
wide,
that. Water ride,
wide,
normal ride.
wide.
Um, yeah, that's about the gist of it.
Yeah.
Fun little trip. It was nice, had the little fast pass.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we didn't wait for a single
No.
thing really, besides like waiting at the front of the queue to like get told to come in. Like
Yeah.
waited for 0 lines, first one on the rides, like it's easy. We honestly, if we really wanted to, could have got on literally everything. If we like
Yeah.
just said, okay, we can do this, but we're kind of just chilling, going from region to region, go on a maze, get a drink, go on a ride, like kind of just hopping around. And it was a vibe. It
Yeah.
was a good time. Couple good mazes in there. I won't say they were all like super scary, but there were a couple in there where we walked out like, all right, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, there was one that was a little interesting. They had a couple of little schmeagles that were there to kinda scare you, but, like, from our height, we couldn't see them.
Yeah.
So, like, you just kinda like, they'd kinda try to jump scare you, but they're, like, the size of
I'm
your, like,
like, what the is that somebody's
calf and
dog? Like,
yeah, like, what the hell's going on here?
yeah.
I mean, dude, I think I'd have to fight between, like, which was my favorite maze between, that weird, like, factory one, whatever that one was,
Yeah.
like, the molten, ish going on,
Mhm.
and then that cinema one was pretty good.
Cinema Slasher, that one was
Yeah.
pretty good. There was like a trio that we did in the left, like, side.
Yeah.
Whatever, like, the middle one that we did was good.
Yeah,
We did,
yeah, that's
like, the shark, the depths one, that one was like, "Alright."
dude,
Just like
that
a
was
freaky
stupid.
shark, and I was like, "What's going on?" But then there was one that I came out, I was like, "That was low key the best one we probably went on."
Yeah, definitely. I hated the I just didn't understand the space one. Like, I thought it was Dead Space, but, like, I
This one was
couldn't
kinda just
figure out
like
what's
I was
going
just
on.
walking through,
Yeah.
and I wasn't really getting, like, scared ever. They needed to throw, like, a xenomorph at me or something, like, to
'Kay.
really get me locked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And
But
and
all in
maybe
all, it was good.
oh, man, I thought it was
Successful.
such a fun way. I mean, Ghost Rider at night is just a different vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Ghost Rider will get you going.
and then we had
That's
a
for
little
sure.
go tone game, which was good, just
Yeah.
kinda going back and forth. I tried to get one last one right before the drop. Yeah, it
Mhm.
just all the air went just got
Yeah.
thrown right back.
Ghost Rider gets going. I don't know, like, how
Yeah.
much they renovate it because it's a wood ride, but hopefully a decent amount. Because I feel like one of these days
Well,
you get the wrong go on the wrong cart and that ride comes crashing down eventually.
that's why you get boozed up before you go in there,
That's a good point.
because
Yeah.
if I'm
Just
gonna
let
get
it
thrown off
happen.
Ghost Rider exactly.
Might as well be drunk while I'm doing it. Yeah,
Facts.
and I didn't know. I talked to my dad when you walk past Ghost Rider. You know how we went past Ghost Rider to the left where those 3 mazes were?
Yeah.
At some point on the right is where my dad works in his office.
Oh,
Like,
really?
because they do the mazes not in they do some mazes in the traditional part of the park, but then on the outskirts is where they do a lot of them, and they'll section them
Oh.
off. Like, if you go to Knott's, like, if you um, went on Ghost Rider during normal Knott's hours, not during Scary
Mhm.
Farm time, you can kinda look out and see where they would do the mazes. Like, okay, that's probably a warehouse where they do it. That's probably, and it's kinda mixed in between where the actual office buildings are, so I didn't even know. He was like, "Yeah, when you
Damn.
guys went past Ghost Rider," because normally right at the end of Ghost Rider, there's a wall,
Okay.
and there's a gate that you can go through, and
Yeah.
it's open for Not Scary Farm, but normally it's not open, and that's basically where you go back into where all the offices and all the people work. So, yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's kinda dope, but it's gotta be a pain in the ass, like, if they forget, like, the scarers are kinda, like, in their groove, and you're just trying to walk to your office and some dipshit just comes out, like, "Bro,
Yeah, you're
it's
trying to
over."
just leave. You're trying to leave, just go
Yeah.
home, and you're just getting scared. It's like, come on, dude. Jeez.
We know your dad, he's throwing fisticuffs, like,
Oh yeah,
he's not sitting back
not
taking that
letting you
shit.
get away with that.
No. But,
Not a
I mean, that
chance.
was a great way to start the weekend.
Yeah, very fun.
USC gave us I mean, man, they
Gave
just
us
wanna
all we
scare
could.
us
Yeah,
every
it was
time.
just like I wasn't even watching the game because I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll probably blow them out, or at least like make it close. And then it got to a point where I don't have the Pac-12 network, but you do. So
I do.
I was like, I gotta come over and watch the end of this game because like either we're gonna come back and it's gonna be super cool and we're gonna win, or I gotta just at least watch us lose or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'm on my way,
Oh, yeah.
and
I mean,
thankfully they pulled it out.
they might have pulled it out just because you came down and watched, like, "Okay, Zach's watching, we can kinda, stop trolling a bit and being dumb
Hmm.
dipshits and kinda pull this thing together," but, boy, it might be a tough week this time for the boys.
Yeah, and I'll break the news now. I will in fact be in attendance for the game
Okay.
this weekend, USC Washington. There's
Okay.
like a track and field like alumni thing that's going on like for
Okay.
homecoming before. So I think me and my mom are gonna go down to that. So I'm either gonna either I'm storming the field or I'm
Or you're
leaving at
getting drunk.
halftime. Might be a leave at halftime when it's 35-14. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, season's definitely over now.
Yeah. Hey, man, you get to fire up the boys, you get to look them
Well,
in
I'll
the eye and
try.
say,
Try my best.
let's get our shit going here,"
Let's lock in,
defense. Yeah. Let's
please.
play defensive
I
line.
hope they win. At least give them a chance going to Oregon. Like that
Yeah.
would be fun if there's like at least
Something on the
you
line.
could win and you you might win the Pac-12 championship game. You never know. At least give yourself a shot at it.
Yeah.
Don't go out sad.
At least give us hope
I'm
this
glad
year.
they didn't lose, so you at least have that feeling of okay, there's still a chance.
Yeah.
And you still have the Heisman Trophy winner. Like if they would have lost to Cal, he might not have might
He
not have
might have
played
just
ever
set it
again.
out.
He might have said, "You know what, guys, I'm done with this." But
Yeah.
there is a chance, and Washington's looked gettable in these
Yeah.
last 2 games, and which will be reflected in our top 10 later in the
Okay.
program. But
Liking that.
yeah, it's we'll see. I'm not holding out much hope. But Stanford
Yeah.
dropped 30 something on them, so I mean, if SC can score, like there's always a chance if they can put up points.
Of course.
Only if the defense can do what they did against Cal, which is late in the game, get some turnovers, there's definitely always a chance. But how likely is it? Probably not that likely.
Yeah, in order to pull the upset against Washington, USC is going to need to, yeah, defense has forced turnovers, and we have to protect the football. That's
Yeah.
about it. The running game, I think, is going to be the difference because I think
If they can get it
Washington's
going.
running defense sucks. They can't stop the run very well.
Yeah, and
So
if we can actually
it's
go to the
Marshawn.
run, like that
Yeah.
would be nice. It could be a tough weekend for me. I got my boys, my Damian lads going on the road, Division 2 at Murrieta Valley,
Okay.
then SC against
Yeah.
Washington, then the Eagles play the Cowboys, like a bunch of
Yeah.
big time matchups this weekend for me. So, and there's a world where it's an 0-3
So there's a world where you're with a four loco.
where Four Loco is
Okay.
in hand.
I might have to have a
Quick.
four loco if USC loses. Like that might need to be the ruling for me. That's my official review.
Yeah, it could get tough out there. That's for sure.
Could be a tough day for the lads. It really could.
Definitely.
Do you watch any movies, any TV shows this weekend that you want to shout out?
I have watched a few different movies because Halloween. I've been in a little
Hmm.
scary movie kick, so
Okay.
I watched the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
What are we thinking?
Not great.
Okay.
If I'm
Okay.
being blunt. Like they tried to make a story that was unnecessary. It could have literally just been
Playing the
this
game.
this secure. You don't even have to do the playing the game angle. Like, cause that
Hmm.
people said, oh, like you just wanted some guy like checking cams and doing this. I'm like, it didn't have to be that. It could have been he's
The
the
lore.
security guard and he's not necessarily playing the game, but he's looking at cameras and you throw a couple jump scares and he's got to investigate and he's got to do this and he's got to. They brought in this whole like family dynamic
Oh.
kidnapping vibe, and I
Okay.
was like, I'm not too up to date with the lore, so maybe that was cool,
Hmm.
but I think it made the movie itself like worse. It
Okay.
just there wasn't like just do some jump
Okay.
scares and
Keep
uh
it original is what you're
and like
saying.
make half of the movie like are these animatronics real or like they're in one spot and like wait I swear he was doing in another spot and there's weird stuff like you could have just made it like that
Yeah.
and it could have been cool but they tried to do this maybe it was a lore thing like a deep dive and they were really trying to go crazy but I don't know
I'll have
it
to take a
wasn't
look
for
at it.
me.
I mean, I'd like to say I'm up to date with my Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Um,
Yeah,
but I might watch it and think the same thing. But I'll be excited to see that.
like do you
Any
know
other?
about the golden bunny?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah. Springtrap.
that's pretty much the plot.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay,
it explains the origin of Springtrap. Okay, that kind of
kind
gives me a
of but
little
like
frame for it.
it's like kind of shit it's like oh okay
Okay. Does it feel like they try to
cool.
take the lore from like all the series together? Like it's not just the first game, then we'll go
I
to the
could have a
second one
I
type
could
thing?
have a yeah, probably.
Okay.
Like I don't have the best answer because obviously I don't know like that much.
Hmm.
But yes, it kind of did feel like that. Like they were
Okay.
trying to really do a lot here
Yeah.
when it could have just been like do Easter eggy type of lore
Gotcha.
and then just give me jump scares of animatronics
Yeah,
just
that's all I need.
fucking with the security guard. Like that's
Yeah.
all I really need. What else
Do you
though? I
think
watched The Nun 2, that was shit. Um
no, you just
yeah.
but, like, do you think your theory would work against the nun if you just go in the middle of the street, she's just useless, or
I don't know. The Nun is pretty OP.
okay,
The Nun
she
is
might.
OP, so OP. Like
Okay.
the Nun walked into a church. Well, I don't know, walked it. She's like a demon or something. Walked,
Waddled?
yeah, yeah. Like was just
Okay.
in the church, and like everything Jesus related around. We got crosses everywhere. We got crucifixes everywhere.
Flipped upside
Just
down.
snaps the crucifix out of this guy's hand, breaks his hand, levitates this priest, and sets him on fire in the middle of the church. So I'm like, middle of the
Okay.
street, we might not have it yet because I'll just get set. Yeah, no, actually, one of the jump scares, I turned it off halfway, so I technically didn't finish it. I didn't give it really a chance, but
I'm gonna have to
one of
watch
the
this
jump
one.
scares was this lady, this nun, a real nun, was like
Okay.
walking in the middle of the street of like Paris. Not quite middle of the street because it's kind of like big building
Yeah.
Paris vibes, It's kind of dark alleyway. And
Yeah.
she was at this like newspaper stand, and then like the pages start flipping, and then she gets like jump scared and like almost gets like choked by the demon nut. So like putting my theory to shame a little bit,
Yeah.
but this is a little too OP of like if this thing's after like
You're done.
nothing is
It's
gonna
over.
there's nothing you could do. Like the in the first nun, I don't know if you've seen the first nun. The only
Haven't
way
yet.
they
I
stopped
need
it
to.
is they literally used the blood of Christ. That was the only way they could stop it. They had an old relic with the blood of Christ in it, and that's the only thing. And it didn't even stop it because it just attached to another person. So if the blood of Christ can't stop it,
What am I gonna do?
middle of the street's
Yeah.
got no chance.
So have you seen, I watched this great horror movie this weekend. You watched it, it's called Talk to Me.
I literally just watched it last night.
Bro,
Very good.
that sucker
That was
got
good.
that one. I don't usually like. I watch some horror movies and I've seen some shit, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. That one
No,
actually
that one
got like
was
my stomach turning a bit. I
yeah,
was like,
that was
ooh,
very good. Shout out to Sidemen making a appearance in the
yeah.
movie on the
Shout out to boys.
because the directors, it's
No,
Raka Raka. You know those
the
YouTubers?
Raka Raka made
Yes,
this.
they're the directors of this movie.
That's a phenomenal job by
Yeah,
them
did you know
boys.
that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because 'cause they're, like, Australian. That's why it's, like, Australian vibe, the whole thing. Yeah, they're like,
Hmm.
so I didn't know that until I saw there was a like, you know how they do red carpet interviews? They're like, "Oh,
Hmm.
we're here with the directors of the movie," and it's them. I'm like "Wait, this is a joke." And they're
Yeah.
like, "How's it feel to make your first, like, feature film, blah, blah, blah." Like, it's
Yeah.
actually them, like, the guys from making YouTube skits.
Yeah,
Like, it
making the
was
McDonald's, Ronald
yeah, like,
McDonald Goes Crazy and shit.
crazy. Like, they made
Yeah.
that movie, and it's actually really good.
Honestly, bro, I think that one might have gotten into my top 10 horror
Yeah, with,
movies,
like,
like,
a
that
with
is
an
great.
original concept, it was like it was something new, like, I hadn't seen something
Kept me
like
on my
that before.
toes.
Yeah, like, I was with it, and it wasn't too long, boom, 90 minutes,
Yeah.
boom, let's get to it.
It was it was short enough, but I also like it when, like I get really, like, pissy, I guess, when I watch a horror movie and there's just, like, a bunch of, like, special effects and violence for no reason. Like, if it plays in the storyline, cool, but if, like, I'm
Yeah.
watching it and it just looks like a guy looks at his budget and he's like, "I got $125,000 to throw. Fuck it.
Yeah, and I think
Explode a
it
bunch of
worked
stuff."
because
Like,
they didn't have
they didn't
like,
have a budget when they were
it's their
doing it.
first thing, so they probably didn't really have a budget like that, so like, "Alright, what can we do?" Like, it was a cool concept, the little hand thing,
Yeah.
the, like, yeah, like, I enjoyed it. I was definitely very like, it's tough to make a really good, you know, horror movie, so that
Yeah.
was nice. It
Props
was a
to them.
nice change of pace. Yeah, I did see that. I watched 3/4 of the Meg 2, and then I just turned that off. Um, that was just not good either. Yeah,
Okay, so
it
that's
was
just
yeah, the
that's just
Meg
not it.
2 was like I was kinda with it for a little while, and then there was a scene where this this lady is just inside this thing, and the just giant Meg just bites through the glass and then kills her, but then there's a guy in the room, and there's such a delay between like, if you break a glass, they're underwater in a big
Yeah.
underwater
Ah,
thing, like, the water is in point 1
yeah.
second, like, there's no hesitation, boom, there's water filling this whole thing. This guy had time to look at it happen, turn, run to the door, and, like, be able to close the door in time to get out, and I'm like, "There's just no like, what are we doing?
It's just not realistic here, yeah.
There's not a chance in the world."
Man. There's that one, and then I started watching Scrubs again, which is just an
Okay.
all-time
Yep.
classic,
Mhm.
just a good little laugh. And then I found this show on Hulu called Shoresy, which is
Mm.
basically like Ted Lasso, but for hockey.
Okay.
But, like, bro, it's like the
Pretty
most
funny.
Canadian hockey show. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to buy a Shoresy jersey
Yeah.
because it is hilarious. I'm like 4 episodes into the 1st season.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but if you like Blue Mountain State or,
Yeah,
like,
that type of vibe.
Ted Lasso, it's pretty funny.
Okay. Alright.
So, give that one a shout. I think it's
Not too
just a
bad.
sit down, let your brain melt. It's like this podcast. Like, I ain't
Yeah.
taking it serious. If you
Yeah.
do, you're a big dumb dipshit,
Yeah, I
but
don't think I talked
some good
about it
stuff.
on the pod last week, but I watched the new Scorsese, that was last week. I don't know if I
Mhm.
brought it up. I don't think
I
I
don't
did.
I don't think you
And,
did.
long. It
Yep.
was long. 3.5 hours. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was good. It wasn't great. I could see why someone would say it was average.
Okay.
Um, I'll never watch it again. Like, it's like one of those where it almost felt like I was watching like a documentary. Like I'm in class watching a history documentary almost, but it was obviously acted, but that's what it felt like, which doesn't mean it was bad because, sometimes when you're in class and the teacher throws on a documentary, it could be the most boring thing ever, but just because you're watching something, this is the most interesting
Of course.
thing of all time. Like I'm in. Like you could be just random Abraham Lincoln doc and you're like, yeah, I'm so locked into this. This is sweet.
Hell yeah.
Um that was kind of the vibe. Yeah, couple next to me dipped after an hour, never to be seen again. So
Okay.
that was,
We can only wonder,
you know,
you
I'm
know.
they I don't know if they knew what they were getting into, but how do you not know what you're getting into?
True.
But it was good. DiCaprio he was good. Like he's always good, but this wasn't one of his like
It's top tier
it's no
performances.
Wolf of Wall Street or, anything
Okay.
anything like that. But
Okay.
De Niro was pretty solid. He was probably the best part of it. But yeah, I wouldn't say you got to go to the theater and watch it.
Okay.
If you have like this is a movie where if you have this is a movie you watch the first Sunday after football season's over.
Got nothing else to do.
You got nothing. You can pause it a few times. Like you can kind of get through it.
Okay.
It's not something that's like needs to be at the top of your list. Let's just put it that way.
Gotcha.
So like I hear a lot of people like saying, well, I don't know if you've seen these guys they're on TikTok. I don't know if you see them. They do a
No.
lot of the Marvel, like they talk a lot of Marvel movies, and so you might have seen it on Reels. I don't know.
Maybe.
But they said that they didn't like the movie at all. It was too long. It was boring. And they said watching those Scorsese movies like going to the DMV. Everyone was hating on him. And I was I kind of hated on that like take a little bit, but it's like then people were saying you don't know what real cinema is. And I'm
Okay.
like I don't know. Like I get it, Scorsese's like one of the goats, but like that doesn't mean like everything he
Everything he
makes is like
makes
the
is
great.
yeah.
Like it was okay. Like it was a slow movie.
Gotcha.
And it was like, if you're into that, like, cool, but, you know, it ain't Goodfellas,
There you go.
like,
Yeah.
it's not The
That
Departed.
See, but that's the bar that he set for himself, Scorsese.
Yeah,
So it's
like
like 3.5
and I think
hours,
this
like a
one was
tough
very
TV
personal
log.
to him, like, this is a true story about, like, this
Mhm.
time period and all that, so, like, it was meant a lot to him, so he wanted to make sure he put everything into it, which is fair, but that doesn't mean it has to be good.
Yeah.
Like, they put a lot like, Nolan wanted to tell the story of Oppenheimer. I don't think Oppenheimer is the best Nolan movie, so it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just a personal piece to him, so
Yeah,
you're
like,
like, "Okay, he made it
cool.
good, but I'm
So
not
I
gonna
can have a little
binge
more
watch it."
respect for it, which is why for me, I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's
Gotcha.
definitely closer to a 3.5 than it
But
is
for
to
the
a four and a
personal
half. But
aspect,
I
you're like,
gave it
"Yeah,
a 4 because, like, I wouldn't look at anything in there and say it was bad. Like,
gotcha."
there wasn't a lot where I'd look and say that was amazing, It's just
Yeah,
like,
so it was
alright.
just in between. It was just kinda
Yeah.
cool,
Like, I
good.
know what they did. It was, like, big set piece thing, so I'm like, "Alright, I'll give you a 4," but it's probably more like a 3.5.
So, like, just as, like, a film-wise, would you grade, like, Talk to Me higher than the Scorsese movie just because it had you, like, more locked? It was
Yes.
just kind of
Yeah.
okay.
I'd give them both a 4 out of 5 or
Mhm.
give Talk to Me 4.5.
Gotcha.
Like, I wouldn't say it's the best, like, scary movie I've ever seen, but it was up there.
Yeah.
Um,
What would be your
I
number 1?
like, it depends what you call scary, like, like, do you call Alien? Like, would you consider that a horror movie? Because like, that
Could
doesn't
follow it
necessarily
up.
scare me the most, but it's technically horror sci-fi. Like, that's, like, as a
Mhm.
movie, my favorite. But,
Okay.
like, I mean, the first Conjuring, you can't really go wrong,
Hell yeah. So
and,
reliable.
like, the original Exorcist is good, like, I get how it's, like, a little dated. I personally really like, I like Sinister a lot. That's the one
I'll
with
have to
Ethan
rewatch it.
Hawke.
Yeah, I watched it a while
That
ago,
one,
but I
like,
never
to
brought it
me
back.
was very that's the, I forget, I forget how to describe it. It's like at the end, his son, like, ends up killing him.
Mhm.
It's like a
Yeah.
crazy thing. And then, yeah, Conjuring's good, like, the first, Insidious is good. Like,
Yeah.
those ones I
Okay.
consider more like when you say
Jump scare.
horror movie, right, that's what you think of?
See,
Like The
I kind of like
Conjuring, like
yeah, that's the horror movies I prefer because I think
yeah,
there's 2 criteria. There's, like I have, like I call it, like, the spiritual horror as far as, like, The Conjuring and, like, Insidious and stuff
yeah.
like that, and then you have just, like, the gore side where it's just, like, the slashers or, like,
Yeah, like The
Saw or something like
Chainsaw
that, like
Massacre,
yeah.
like and then there's, like you get some like, Halloween's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
The
the
original
original
Halloween's fantastic.
Halloween is very good. I never found movies like Friday the 13th, like, people would say Scream, like, I never found those to be scary to me.
I found them kinda funny.
Yeah, like, and I think they were trying to be, but they still kinda consider them horror, and then you kinda get into, like, the horror movie, like Hereditary,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you've seen The Witch,
No, I
um,
don't think I have.
like Midsommar, like those
Yeah.
kinda like those are also kinda horror vibes, but not like it's like a different thing, Like, those as
Mhm.
movies might be better, like, critically acclaimed, than, like, just
Yeah.
The Conjuring. Like, that's just good, but I like the movies like The Conjuring because like, I wanna get jump scared, like, when you go to Knott's, like,
Yeah, give me at least
jump
one,
scare
come
me,
on.
like,
Yeah.
get me from around a corner, like, that's the thing, like, that's why you're scared, so
Dude,
Yeah,
there
but
was
there's
I don't
some
know
good
if
ones
you
out
could
there.
hear when we were in the I think there was a name for it, the haunted cinema or something like that, or
Cinema slasher.
cinema slasher.
Yep.
So the last room, you know how it was pitch black, but there was like that line of like wood. I think it was like a wood banister or something where like
Mhm.
you're walking through.
Yeah.
Bro, I couldn't see it, and the guy brought the chainsaw over, and so the everyone in front of me keeps stepping forward. I don't see the plank, bro. I took it straight to the thigh.
Yeah.
Like that
No,
was
I
the
ran into
biggest
one
jump
too.
scare.
The they had the little like things when you know the one when the guy's in the middle like
Yeah.
just doing the that chainsaw, was that the same one?
Yeah, yeah,
Was that
yeah.
okay, yeah, same thing. I like went right because it almost hit me.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
I
what
went to the right and then I tried to stay on the right to like get out of the way and then I just run right into the thing and almost fall because it's at like knee height. I'm like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
see this thing. Like I'm gonna collapse in here. They're trying to kill me.
Uh, I thought I was the only one. I was like, "Damn, that was
No,
like
that
the
was me
scariest part
too.
to
That was
me."
definitely me.
But they had got me a couple of good jump scares that not scary. Like there was the one, I can't remember which maze it was, but the dude was hiding behind the like curtains, the black curtains,
Yeah.
and got me pretty good because
Yeah,
I
when
think
they
he kind
come
of
through the
read where we
curtain
were.
and
Perfect.
I like the there was one
Jump
in I
scares.
think in the there was one where this like bunny, this guy in this bunny
Yeah,
costume
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah. The first
blended
one.
in with all yeah, that was in the first one. That one was pretty
Yeah,
good. Like I
that's
was
dope.
kind of a little past it, so I got the girl that was behind me and I was a little bit in front of it, but then I saw it happen. I'm like, I didn't
That's
even
clever.
notice that that person was there. So that would have like if they went for me, they would
Yeah,
have
that's
got me
getting me.
100%. Like there were some good ones like that. And then the one with the little midget ran out
Yeah.
at my feet. I didn't even see it, like because I'm looking this way, and then he's behind like a bed, so like I am not even looking down there, and he just like scurries out, and I'm like, what the? I was like, that was kind of good too.
I saw him scurry past you, and he looked like a chihuahua running back to get me. And it was just
Yeah,
like, brother, we know, like, so he comes scurrying out in between, and I'm like, all right, hi, like, because I was looking up too to see what was going on,
yeah.
and there was also another one where they kept having like the I guess story was on like the planks above where you'd walk,
Mm.
and so there was one of those hallways where like homeboy's gonna come out with like a giant machete or something, and I was reading what was written, and it was the one where the lady was in front of us with her lantern. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
The goated lady,
Yeah,
bro.
that lady. There's the old
The
lady that's just
lore
at Knott's
lady.
by herself, just chilling.
Bro, she was goated. But I'm reading this thing, and the guy pops out, and I looked at him, I was like, "Hey, I'm still reading this," and I hear, "Okay," and he goes back and waits for me to finish reading, then goes back out.
Nice.
But
So
that
we
was fun,
literally
man.
got stopped right at the end because this lady wanted to read the thing that was like the little like notepad. I was like, all right, do your thing. Like I'm not gonna hate on it. You're
Yeah.
here. Like you might as well get
Facts.
every part of it.
Facts. That was such a good time, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
that was a vibe
I feel like there haven't been too many recent horror movies that I really would qualify into, like, my top 10, but I
for
think Talk
sure.
to Me definitely got there.
Yeah, that
Um,
one's up there. That
I
was
just
really
feel
good.
like I mean, it's just disappointing that, like, most horror movies now are just, like, remakes of the old ones or, like,
Yeah,
adding to the sequel. Like, I don't need to see
shows
another,
like you really don't
like,
need.
Halloween.
Yeah, like you really don't need horror movies. You would think should be the ones that can stand the test of time. Like you can keep making them because you don't. Anything can really be scary.
Yeah.
Like it's all about camera position and dark and this. Like if you pan the camera and you're looking behind somebody, and then there's a sound behind that person, and it does the slow
With, like, the
turn,
orchestra
and you don't
going
really
and
know. Like if the camera can put you in positions where that person is of like they don't know what's there and you don't know what's there, the scare is ruined
once you know what it is.
once you know it's there and the the character doesn't. Because then for me, it's like,
I can predict
just
where,
don't
like
go over there because I know there's something bad, and it's like you're just waiting to see what happens to them. But when I don't know and they don't know, that's when it's really good. And all that it could be anything. It could be like there might be a bear, there might be a this, there might be a intruder, there might be like in any you could pick any scenario. It doesn't just have to be like jump scary, gory
Yeah.
demon possession thing. It could literally be anything and like what's around the corner, I don't know, that's scary.
Yeah, like you're saying, like, I think these directors get caught up with trying to make like new ones because they're like, oh, we have this technology with CGI or with like, special effects and
Mhm.
gore and stuff. And it's like the fear of the unknown,
Yeah, that's the best
like
thing you could have.
Psycho has stood the test of time, and it's probably one of the like
That's
it
why I think
used
Jaws is
everything
so good. Like,
correctly,
you don't see the shark really
but
at
you're like
all.
freaked out. You're like, where the
And
hell
you're
is this
like,
dude?
what? You just hear the music and like you can imagine yourself in the ocean and you can't see and you
Yeah,
don't know what's happening. Like you can imagine that. So it gets you. So once you see the monster,
it's over.
it's like, oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah,
I'll just go in the middle of the street.
yeah. Unless it's the Nun too, in which
Unless it's the nun, then you're
uh,
like, if she wants to kill you, unless you have the blood of Christ on hand, just in your pocket,
yeah,
or
just on the
God
off chance.
Himself comes down to stand in front, you're done for, buddy. There is nothing that's going to stop him. The nun is getting you.
Yeah, just kiss your ass goodbye and just
Yeah,
accept it. It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
And
I agree.
honestly, if the nun's after you, you probably did something. You probably did something
Yeah, she's not
to
just
deserve it.
picking some random dipshit like,
Yeah, like
you know,
you
I'm gonna
you're
take this
probably a
street route.
corrupt priest or you're a
Yeah,
whatever. Like
yeah.
it's time to go.
She's not going after like Lou Holtz. Like it's not
Yeah,
it's not happening. But
yeah.
some good movies going on.
Oh yeah.
Halloween time's here. Good stuff
Mm-hmm.
going down.
Spooky season
Hell yeah,
tomorrow, Halloween.
absolutely. You going trick or treating?
I do not think I will
Okay,
be going trick or treating.
okay. Will you be
Yeah,
trying to scare people
I
who
might.
are trick or treating?
I
Okay,
might. They might. They won't know it's me.
it's facts. Okay.
I might have the mask on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Nobody
like that.
listen to me once I put on the mask. Till I put on the mask. Word to Bane. Like,
Shout out. I
yeah.
mean,
So we'll see what
okay,
happens. But yeah, this episode's going out Halloween night. So
facts.
hopefully everyone's listen to this before you go out. If the nun is on you on your case out there, you're done, buddy. It's over. If not,
Go to Mill Street.
go scare some people, or let us know what if you're gonna stay in. What scary movie are you watching
True.
on Halloween? What's your
It's a go-to.
yeah? What's somebody's
We're
go to? I
feeling
might be staying in. Like I might be watching a movie too. Like what should I watch? Like find a go to
yeah,
scary movie. Cuddle up, blanket, nice lady next to you maybe,
there you go.
or man if you're a lady watching,
There you go.
whatever,
Perfect.
or man if you're a man.
Well,
Or lady if you're or a they that I can't, let's not even go down that path because I'll say something wrong. I won't say somebody's pronoun.
facts. Hey, we're stooges. What do you expect?
I'll just
You
call
get
you
what you
by your
get.
name.
Facts.
It'll
If you're
be
staying
easier.
in, get a little lit, have a little
Yeah.
drink,
Have a drink.
down,
Have
listen to the
a what's a
podcast,
spooky
watch the
drink?
movie.
Like what's
I mean,
something you could make on like
you could make a Bloody Mary, which is pretty
yeah,
pretty standard.
you could make like a hot cocoa with what's that called? Is that I know they do there's something with coffee. You get an espresso
Yeah, you can do it like
martini or
a
whatever.
espresso martini, but
But, like,
pretty much
there's probably something you could do with hot chocolate.
there's something that pretty
You
much
could just
any
warm
drink
up a
you could
buzz
make.
a chocolate buzzball.
You could do that, bro,
You
but
could do that. You might
if you just
die.
put a
Might
thing of
blow up.
dry ice in it, it'll look like it's like a
Yeah,
potion.
that'd be
So
pretty sweet. Yeah.
you
Dry
just
ice
don't want to
fixes everything.
drink the dry ice. But
Yeah, don't do that.
yeah. I mean, hey, you could risk it for the biscuit if you want. I don't
Mhm.
recommend heating up a Buzzball. I wonder what that would be like. Like instead of a hot chocolate, it's a
We
hot
can always
chocolate
try it.
Buzzball.
We can be the ones to test this out.
If you don't hear from us on another episode,
Yeah, it's because we're dead.
it didn't work,
It's
or
because
it
it tasted amazing and we got alcohol poisoning.
pretty much. Speaking of that, we pre-gamed with that chocolate Buzzball that I had, the
Mhm.
jumbo, like the
The
fucking holy grail.
the basketball sized.
Yeah, I believe we finished half of that before the pregame. Like we
Oh yeah,
did
we were.
solid.
I just kept pouring it. I'm like
Hey,
I'm leaving here feeling great. So I only need 3 drinks in there, and I don't have to spend $500 on alcohol inside the park.
man, the markup there was just
Mm,
like if I'm drunk and I'm still thinking of markup, like
it's bad.
yeah,
I was tapping that card down like, this one hurts. This one hurts too.
yeah. And then every single time, would you like to leave a $5 tip? Like
I was like,
no,
tip?
no,
What are we doing here? You just handed
yeah,
it to me. I could have walked back there and done that.
yeah. And I love that they would ask you like, "Hey, do you want me to pop the top off first?" Like, "Sure." Then they'd ask you if you want to tip. Like, "Okay, if you're gonna let me just get the bottle
Like,
and
was
then
that what I was
we
supposed
don't."
to tip you for, or did you
Yeah,
just
like
finesse me or something, or
yeah,
what's up with
like
this?
okay, like that's just crazy.
Yeah.
But good weekend, getting the
Yep.
Halloween weekend going. It's always interesting when Halloween is on a Tuesday or a Monday. Like the
Yeah.
weekdays, just a
Just
little
doesn't
odd
hit the
for it.
same.
No. But that doesn't stop people from going out and partying.
That is
Spooky
facts.
season will be spooky
Oh, yeah.
season.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a good time. But let's get into some spooky picks that we had at college.
Or let's go NFL.
NFL, you got it. You
Yeah.
didn't see
Well,
anything.
should we could talk I mean, Monday night game, I mean, who gives a shit?
Just shit game. I mean,
Lions
the
win,
Raiders.
MCDC prevails.
Yep. Jameer
Garoppolo
Gibbs
sucks.
plays good.
Davante Adams is on suicide watch. Anything
Oh
else?
yeah. Gibbs had a little breakout game.
Gibbs finally did like what he was kind of supposed to do the whole season.
Did you see that chick when he scored a touchdown pull him into the
Oh
stands?
yeah. Oh boy, went right
Bro,
in.
she's got some
Yeah.
she
Like
got
get
some
up
fucking
here and celebrate with us.
strength. Yeah.
I asked my dad, I'm like, how long can he stay in the stands until it's a flag?
That's a good question.
Like how long? Like what if he just hung out for like a minute? Eventually, is he gonna get flagged for unsportsmanlike? Like I don't know, excessive celebration? Like is there
Yeah.
someone time in that? Like what if he went up and said, I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat real quick, and then came back that like could he do that?
Oh, you're talking a situation like from
I'm saying
Talladega
he
Nights.
scores. Yeah, he
Like, I'm
scores.
gonna go get a chicken sandwich and I'll be right back.
He hops into the thing and says, "You know what? I'm gonna go get a beer, a popcorn, and some red vines."
I
Like,
mean, he
can he
did.
do that? That's what I'm saying. Can he do that, or can he run up and be like, "Hey, I just scored. Can you just, can
Give
you,
me something real quick.
yeah, give
Yeah.
me something. Like,
A little pretzel.
I need some Skittles."
Okay. Well, those are gonna be outlawed in California. So if he's playing in California, it might be a problem. That's an interesting
Yeah,
idea.
I wonder how long he can be in the stands until they eventually throw a flag on him.
I
Be
mean,
interesting. Someone take the chance.
yeah.
If I was in the
Seriously.
NFL,
What do you
I'd
got
do
to
it
lose?
just cause.
It's just so crazy thinking about the officials. Like I went to my high school game and we're getting flagged for doing high fives. This guy's jumping in the stands
Into the stand.
and they're just holding a stopwatch. Like if he's up there for 2 minutes, I swear to God, I'm throwing
Yeah,
a flag.
imagine if a high school kid went into the stands, he'd be executed on the field.
Yeah,
He'd be killed.
yeah. The official would probably disqualify him, take his chance for a diploma, like
Mhm.
tell his first point son, all of it.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So good for you, Lions.
Facts.
You made me look like a shitter last week, but
Yeah,
I mean the Ravens are
nice
good.
bounce
So
back for him. Nice
great
bounce
bounce
back.
back. The Raiders will give that for you. They're good for it.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
free dubs.
Crosby's still a dog. I mean,
Yeah, somebody get him off that team so he
get
can.
it, get all their good players off the team. Actually,
Yeah,
get Jacobs out of there. Like, get him to a good team.
yeah, it's looking rough over there.
And on
Where
to
do we want to start?
you want to
Chargers.
go Poop Bowl Part 3?
Yeah, we'll go Chargers. We'll do the Sunday night. Um, obviously, if
Snooze
you tuned
fest.
in last week, I said I thought that like I thought the Chargers were going to win. I was doing this for you, Chargers fans, because when I don't pick you, you win. When I pick you, you lose. Like, this is it. I said if the Chargers get on track, whatever, but I'll be on Team Bears, and the Bears stunk up the joint. There really wasn't much going on in the game. Like they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how much like this really like I don't know. Are the Chargers like hyped after this?
I
I
mean,
don't think I'd be. Just like kind of
we'll
like, all
see.
right, free win.
It's like beating up a high school team. Like, what do you want? Like, their their
Yeah.
quarterback, I'm sure, was great in Division 2, but it's the NFL.
It's
We
NFL. It's
don't.
tough. You need yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
I mean,
just
it's tough
walk
when
in
your
and
receivers
just
don't catch either. So that doesn't help.
yeah.
But
And on
yeah,
that first deep ball, I'm pretty sure he didn't get touched. They shouldn't have blown it dead. I think that's a touchdown. So maybe things change, but I doubt it.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like there's not much to say about that game. Kind of just I thought it'd be a little closer, but the Bears just
they're shit.
they're gonna have a lot of options this offseason on what they want to do. Either trade a pick away, trade them both away, get insane amounts of picks, which means you put your faith in Justin Fields. Could keep Fields and draft Caleb. You could trade the first round pick for a bunch of picks and then still have the second pick and take Drake May.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of options that they have. Who knows? They'll probably
They'll screw it up.
they'll make the wrong one.
Yeah.
Or even if they make one that people like, oh, that was probably the right decision, it'll end up being the wrong decision, and they should have just either taken Caleb or traded picks or just went with Fields, or like Fields will leave and go to like the Vikings and turn into like the greatest player that's ever
Yeah.
lived. So
Dude, him and Justin Jefferson, like it's interesting with the Field situation because when his O-line has played good, and I'm saying it's very rare that he has, he's looked like one of the best passers in the league those weeks. Like he lights it up.
Yeah.
But when you have your offensive line blocking each other, like I don't blame the guy for not being good. Like
Yeah.
I got 2 guys blocking each other, 3 other guys in pass protection. Like
Not good.
So I wouldn't be mad if, Vikings make a move to pick him up or something. You give him Madison, you give
Yeah,
him
now
Jay
with
Jettas,
no Kirk, like Kirk's done. Kirk might not play again for the Vikings.
I don't know if Kirk's gonna play again.
Yeah, maybe. That's a fair point. Yeah, it's an interesting situation for them. We'll see. Like they're 4-4 now, so they made the run. Like
They made the run.
they made the run to like they could maybe make the playoffs, but now with no Kirk and they're going with a rookie.
They're saying
Like
they'll trade for Jameis, I think. Is what
and
hearing,
I'm seeing they might sign. You know who the favorite is?
Oh, don't you say it.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna say Kaepernick. I'm like,
No,
we're gonna
not
do this whole
Kaepernick.
song and
No,
dance.
the betting favorite to end up going to the
Carl.
Vikings is
Carl.
Carl Wentz.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
No, I mean it wouldn't be horrible. Like it wouldn't be
entertaining.
They'd probably want to do that over than like putting this rookie into the fucking fire.
Yeah.
Now that you're just now 4-4 and like, okay, we can maybe make a run at the playoffs. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but
I really think
Wentz could light up a couple games for you.
He could. I kind of thought for the Vikings, I would try to see if Sam Darnold was available.
Yeah, the way Purdy's playing, he might not be.
Man, Purdy, we'll get to that game.
So yeah, like if you're the
thanks.
Like if you can pick up Wentz, right? If you're the Vikings, you play this is your schedule for the next 5 games: Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Bears, Raiders.
Oh, you could
like with Wentz, like with Wentz likes to go rogue a lot, but with like someone that's maybe not a rookie, you could win those. Then you got to play Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions. So 3 of your last 4 are Lions, Bengals. So that's tough. That's probably 3 losses. But like, you could beat the Falcons, the Saints, Broncos, Bears, and Raiders for sure with just a competent
Carl.
Yeah, like not going rogue Carl Wentz. So I mean,
yeah.
Even I know there was a couple other guys on that list. I can't remember some of the names, but like, if they want to still
name.
Yeah, I'd probably still go Wentz. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, it could be interesting. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to go down there. I kind of thought for a while, after hearing like the Kirk injury and then seeing how Stafford was playing this year, I kind of thought the Vikings, if he was healthy after this game, because this thumb worries me. I think if he was healthy, I think the Vikings would have reached out and said like, "Hey, is he available?" Well, I mean, I don't even need to talk about the Rams here. We got fucking blown out the water. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
team looked like shit.
It was not good.
It's tough when running back one's out. We got no running game. You go down 17-3. You can't do it. Made Dak look like a goddamn prince.
Yeah, it was bad.
But we'll stick to our games here. So just going to that Battle of New York, Jets, Giants. I mean, we both picked the Jets, but man, Jets made it pretty tough on themselves. But it's amazing.
They should have lost. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't see a lot of people talking about this, but like, why is Daboll not
on the hot seat?
Well, but I'm going to the play-by-play.
Not trying to throw the ball.
Oh, that one was bad. But he's going for a field goal. You're on the Jets 20. You're on the Jets 17. It's 4th and 1 with 28 seconds left. You're going for a field goal, obviously, to try and make it a 6-point game.
Correct.
Why not go for it? Barkley's rushed for 100 million yards.
Yep.
Like, you get 1 yard, you win the game. Now you don't. He misses. They go and kick a field goal. And then you get the ball. And I don't know if you watched this, but the 3 plays
Oh, I
were
saw it.
so you get a check down to to Barkley. He gets
Barkley.
a couple yards, but it's a holding. Then you do swing pass,
Yep.
swing pass, screen. 3 plays, negative 11 yards. Punted away.
Yeah.
Not even giving DeVito a chance to, like, who cares? Let him throw, all right? Like, you're already screwed. Like, you probably should have won in regulation already. Like, at least let the kid, like, you think
Yeah.
that they're not going to at least go and get some sort of points? Like, I don't know. I just think Dayball's pretty shit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got Darren Waller on your team. I mean, I understand Saquon's a weapon. At least send him vertical if you trust him to just like have him run a Texas route,
for
and I
sure.
trust him to kind of make a move. But to handcuff your quarterback to the point of saying we're in overtime and swing route, screen to the same guy, it's like
Yeah,
he's an NFL quarterback at the end of the day. He made your roster for a reason.
for sure.
To have a negative
Give him a
11
shot.
yards is just bad.
Let me reset my cam here.
Oh, you tweaking?
I get.
Okay. Oh,
You get back.
there you go.
Back to
Pretty good. Back to
reality.
reality. I'm gonna scroll down to that Seahawks Browns game.
My green is
oh,
tweaking. Okay.
happens. Happens to the best of us. You had Seahawks up there at the 12th man in Seattle. I had the Browns. I mean, Browns almost did it. They were pretty close for making it happen. You know, one could argue that touchdown from Jackson Smith and Jigba was holding like crazy.
Yeah.
On DK, but hey, that's part of football. If it's not called, it's not a flag.
For sure.
So respect to the Seahawks. I came into the season. I think the thing that stops them from being an elite team for me, Geno Smith cannot stop turning the ball over in the red zone.
Yeah, wasn't good.
That's the problem. But the team, other than that, is really well constructed. They just went out and got Williams. I mean,
they just know how to win games.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna keep talking about that.
Okay.
And I'll be back in.
You got it. I mean, you know, just looking at the Browns team right here. First of all, it really is worrisome if you're a Browns fan. Shout out EP. Just looking at the fact that my $240 million quarterback Deshaun Watson is just not able to play at all.
Yeah, like
I'm having to start PJ Walker and then ETR. Like
that's not great.
Like what am I doing here?
It's not ideal.
I mean, 155 rushing yards I can live with. That's not bad. Against that Seattle defense, it's pretty good. Yeah. You outrushed the Seattle rushing attack, which is pretty good compared to the running backs that they have with Kenneth Walker III, Charbonnet. I mean, I didn't like him when he was at UCLA, but I knew he was good.
Yeah, just the way they are right now, it's like they have to.
Their defense can't give up more than like 17 points.
Yeah, and like PJ Walker can't turn over the ball. Like
they have to play perfect.
They have to play really, really well, and like their defense keeps them in basically every game. But eventually, good teams with a good quarterback. I'm not saying Geno's great, but like
he's good,
competent. Like they'll figure it out. Like their wins were. Right, they beat the Niners, which was a big win, but it's still Purdy. Like, it's still Brock Purdy. And then they beat the Colts by 1 with a backup.
Yeah.
They beat the Bengals that first game with what's-his-face's Burrow's calf literally wasn't working. Yep. And they beaten the Titans with Tannehill. Like, Geno is
competent.
Geno's not bad. The best quarterback they've played is Lamar, and they lost 28-3. Granted, that was also with a backup. But, like, still, it's like, it takes a lot for them to win games, and I don't know how sustainable it is. And I don't know how well they'll do even with Watson. Like, it's
See,
not
it's
like
kind of
he's shown us much.
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of crazy to think like you look at the trade deadline and you see these teams, and I know it would be a big like gut check for the franchise to say we need to get a quarterback, but dude, you have a defense that's ready to go. You just need a trigger man that you trust. And I
Mhm.
mean, you're going to have to eat the contract with Deshaun. I don't see him being the Deshaun of old, and that's what you paid for. So regardless of what he does, he's not going to be worth that contract. You paid him for what he did before, not what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So kind of screwed the franchise with that because
Yeah, not great.
you got to find somebody. I mean, even like Carson Wentz on that team could be decent. That could be a move. I mean, he'd have a great defense there, have a decent running game, some good little weapons. I don't know, but pretty interesting. I was a 1 pick 6 away from a win, and there was a really great play in that Cleveland Seattle game where Geno's throwing a hitch route, but he throws it like an out route in the
Mhm.
red zone. And the DB, I mean, if he catches it, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like
I think I
he's
remember
just
what
green
you're talking about.
grass.
Yeah.
So I was 1 catch away from
Yeah.
going 5-0 on the weekend.
Not too bad.
I'll take it. But
Yeah.
you made a
Well,
good call with the Seahawks.
yeah, no. It's yeah, I just this is a big game to kind of see like who's kind of legit, who's I'm not saying the Browns aren't legit because we haven't really seen them with Watson, so it's going to be interesting, but I think the Seahawks, if they can get decent quarterback play, if Geno can limit mistakes, their defense is pretty good. They have one of the better, I'd say their receiving group is maybe the most underrated.
Yeah.
No one really talks about Seattle. Like, they have DK, Lockett, and Njigba. Like, that's a solid 3
Yeah.
guys out there. Like, I'd put those 3 up against, I mean, maybe anyone. Like, I'm trying to think of like a 3 receiver, like
3
maybe
is tough.
Chase, Higgins, and Tyler Boyd isn't too bad.
Yeah.
I don't know who the third guy in Jacksonville is. They got Ridley and Kirk, and then somebody else.
Yeah.
Like the Eagles third, they don't really have a third that you'd
You
say
have
is
Julio
like,
now.
yeah, Julio's not bad. Like, I'm trying to think of like a 3.
3's tough to get.
Yeah, like they have a solid receiving core, so it's gonna be interesting. They got enough pieces. It's just like, can Geno actually do it? And
Yeah. Can
this we'll see.
take care of the deal? But yeah, I like the Seattle team coming in this year. I thought they were going to be really good. Yeah, I mean, hey, way to take care of hometown cooking, take care of the 12th man, and then
Mhm.
I mean, you're the top of the NFC West right now, so no one expected that so far
Yeah.
this season. So that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
they're in a good spot.
Yeah. Moving on to the AFC matchup between the Jaguars and those boys down in Pittsburgh, the
That steel
Steelers.
curtain.
Steel curtain. Yeah, it must have been foil because they ripped straight through the steel curtain.
Yeah, in the
I mean,
rain,
yeah,
always tough conditions. The rain probably affects a Florida team the least, I would say,
yeah.
just because it's always raining there. But yeah, Steelers. I mean, their offense is just horrible.
Canada does not do a good job.
And Pickett got injured, so then Trubisky comes in, and
Does what he
it
normally
ain't
does.
much better. Najee Harris, 1.9 yards per carry.
Yeah,
Pickens
shout
only
out
had
him getting
1
some coverage
catch.
yards.
Deontay Johnson was all right, but yeah, like, bad. Just bad.
Yeah.
Their offense is so bad. Like, it's I couldn't imagine being a Steelers fan right now. Like, and you have to watch that every week.
No,
I
but
feel I
I'm
feel so bad.
definitely, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too mad that they got screwed over on that offsides call on their field goal.
Yeah,
That one, as a
Hey,
biased fan, I was like,
got him.
hey, got your
Got
back,
him
bud.
back. But even them, like, I'm gonna look at the standings. They're still like the second best wild card team. Somehow. They're
I
ahead of
feel
the
like
Browns, Jets, Bengals. Like, gosh, if that team makes the playoffs, that is just a for sure instant bounced out.
has to be right.
Like, there's no way they'll win a game in the playoffs. Unless they really can find something on offense. You're gonna
I
have to
just
do some
don't
soul
see
searching.
it.
But Jags 6-2, sneaky shot at like a number one seed type of vibe. They have a tough-ish schedule.
Who do they
They
have
have a
coming up?
bye, and then they play the Niners, which that'll be a banger.
Yeah. Depends which Niners show up.
I mean, yeah, we can move straight down and talk about the
Yeah.
Niners. Like we talked about how the Seahawks are now
Niners,
number one
Bengals.
in that division. Yeah, Niners have lost 3 straight.
Purdy came back to earth.
I tweeted last week. I said, "Are they
Fraud
potentially
alert.
on fraud alert?" And my boy said, "If they lose next week, then yes." And they lost next week, and it was their worst loss. Like they kind of got handled by the Bengals. Purdy looked bad. Defense gave up 31. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
They had no Debo. They had no Trent Williams. I think Trent Williams is a bigger loss than
Yes, 100%.
Debo.
He's
Like
Purdy's
that's
backside tackle.
yeah,
His
does
blind
well
side.
in the run game, but like I think people kind of overrated how good that their weapons were. Like I
Yeah.
think they kind of
They work well together.
they're good. Like they're solid. At the end of the day, it's Purdy at quarterback. Like
Yes, make a play.
everyone thought he was like, oh, he hasn't lost in the regular season as a starter, blah blah blah, this whole like thing, and then boom, 3 straight. And I don't know, like, should he have been cleared to play? I don't know what. I mean, I do know what goes into that process. I don't know, like, they're not going to play someone who's not cleared. Like, they're not allowed to do that. But
Yeah. It
I don't
makes you
know.
wonder.
I mean, yeah, like they're. Let's look at these. I'm
Well,
gonna look at the playoff kind of standing. Like they're down. They're a wild card team right now. They're going to. They're going to Seattle. If the playoffs were right now, they'd have to travel to Seattle. Yeah. So,
interesting little
I
deal
don't
there.
like in their next few games. Like, here's their schedule. Like at the they have a bye, so that will be good for them after losing 3 straight. They're at the Jags, home against the Bucks, at the Seahawks, at the Eagles. Like those are the next 5.
See,
So I don't know, man. I think they'll make the play. I'm not saying like they're on.
yeah,
They're not going to make the play, but like they
Super
were
Bowl
coming
wise,
into this thing like
we're the big
after
dogs.
that Cowboys win, like we're going for the number 1 seed. Like I'm not going to say it's over, but we'll talk about this later in the week because I'm sure we're going to be picking this game, Eagles Cowboys. Like if the Eagles
Of
beat the
course,
Cowboys, this number 1 seed is looking
looking really good.
great because now you have a tiebreaker over the Cowboys and a 2-game lead, and you already had a 2-game lead over the Niners, and you'll get to play them. Like if Eagles beat the Cowboys, then they have to play the Chiefs and the Bills, which are also big games. But like say they go 1-1 and then beat the Niners, like they're almost like as long as you don't troll, number 1 seed is just like almost in the bag at that point.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you. Yeah, it's interesting just looking at that division as far as like you got Seattle up top, Frisco, but looking at thinking about how their offense works, the way that I've seen it from the past years is it's predicated on yards after contact or the yards after the catch.
and
Like
it's very like timing
it is.
related. Like
It's a West Coast.
that pick that Purdy threw, like he got straight baited into that because he saw a guy breaking a certain way. So he's like, "This is where I throw it every time when it's like this." And some guy had probably been studying film and is
Yeah.
like, "I know exactly what he wants to do. I'm just gonna bait it, and I'm gonna get a free interception." He throws it right to my face. Like I don't know out of system.
Yeah.
I don't know what Purdy is. Like he did show that he could scramble. He threw a little bit on the run and stuff like that. But what he wants to do is like we draw this play up, and Shanahan's a great like
Play caller.
play designer.
No.
Also, like so it normally works, but like the times when it doesn't, it ends bad. It doesn't end in like broken play, throw it out of bounds. It ends in I'm throwing a pick straight to somebody's face because I just always throw it like this every time, and I'm gonna do it. And this guy has just studied me, and it's very basic. That's
No,
what I feel.
100%. I mean, people have to remember that this system, the West Coast Shanahan system, made Jimmy G look like he could be a superstar. That's why he has
Yep.
that big contract at the Raiders. Like
Yeah,
they
which isn't
thought
looking good
they
right
got him,
now.
man. I mean, any team that I know that has Mike McDaniels as a head coach has not done well.
Yeah, I'm not going to count
So
on him.
I know what I'm getting with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Purdy is a system quarterback. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why he was the last pick of the draft. Like, he doesn't have those extra. He's not like a Lamar where I know like he can outrun someone or he can do this. Like, he's a smart system quarterback who
Yep.
will do what the system calls for, follow procedure 1, 2, 3, 4 every single time. And like you said, it's good when the timing's right. It looks
When
phenomenal.
everything's perfect, it's great. But like
If there's a
that's
little
why
bit,
people are switching to quarterbacks like Mahomes and Hurts and Allen and Lamar. Like,
yep,
even someone like Herbert and even Burrow. Like Burrow, and I'm not saying Purdy can't do this. Like, he can scramble and move around a little bit. He just does not want to do it at all.
yeah,
Like, some of the bigger plays you see with Mahomes and Allen and Hurts and all these guys is when they scramble, great things happen. When Purdy's
yeah,
scrambling, you typically know a big play isn't going to happen. They might get a completion and it might be cool. Everything might get a first down, but a big play won't happen. Versus when I see Hurts, Lamar, all these guys running around buying time, it's the same in college. When you see Caleb
yeah.
doing his little dance back there,
Something's
you
good.
can assume,
Something's
like,
cooking
and then
up.
he just starts, and then he launches one. It's like, oh, this will probably be a touchdown, or someone's probably open somewhere. Like,
Yeah,
that's what the NFL is going to. That's why they're looking for guys like Mahomes. Like, I can't even name you a guy that's not like Burrow would be the closest thing, but Burrow in
Burrow
that
can
game
move.
was scrambling for 20 yards here and there. Like,
Makes you
you
pay for it if
have
you
to be
don't
able to move. That's
take
why the
account for that.
Garoppolos, like, and the Derek Carrs and even the Genos and the Kirk, like, Kirk is as good as it gets for someone that doesn't really move around. But
Yeah,
it's just that age is dead.
yeah,
It's just you have to be off script. You have to throw some RPOs in there. Like, that's the only way.
yeah. Pretty good weekend for the boys, though. You know,
Mm-hmm.
4-4, a little split here. We're seeing the board pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need the Browns to pick the damn ball.
Yeah.
All right, do you want?
We
We can
go
move on to
to
our college picks
Yeah,
here.
we'll go to college. I think I had a bad yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw the board pretty well.
you knew the board. You went in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Wisconsin,
I have no
Ohio State.
excuses.
I mean, I think you were picking with your heart. You wanted to see these programs do it,
Yeah, I did.
but you knew, like, in your heart of hearts, like, this might be
I was willing to that,
tough.
but I still will say, what did I say? It's always with these Ohio State games. Take the
Yeah.
first half, whatever the point. It's a close game.
Yep.
At half, Wisconsin was in it, and then they just kind of, it was the same thing with the Maryland game. Like, it's always the same with Ohio State games. It might be a little close, and then they'll just pull away at
Pull away.
half. So I kind of called how the game would go. I thought Wisconsin could maybe
Make
get a
couple
little more on
plays.
the ground, but then the running back, I don't know if he got
Broke his
hurt.
foot, I thought, right?
Okay, he did.
Like,
Okay,
like
that
he,
was it.
yeah,
But
he'd been
he
in the
had
hood the
fumbled
rest of the game.
twice early in the game, so like he was just, if he's not
also
playing well,
respected.
they're not going to play well. So it kind of just
Yeah.
is what it is. It's a tough one.
Camp Randall
But
gave them all they could handle at first.
they were trying. They were really
Yeah.
trying to make it a tough environment. But Ohio State just kind of wears on you. The defense is really good, and they have enough playmakers to kind of offset their quarterback being,
Yeah.
I would say, average.
He's average.
He's average.
I mean, when you got Marvin Harrison just running on a crossing route free, like, it's hard to
Yeah.
fuck that up. Like,
Yeah,
get him the
definitely.
rock, let him
Get
run.
him, got Ibuka, you got a couple good running backs. Like, you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
give
Henderson
it
out
to
the
him.
backfield on that wheel route. I'm excited to see that
Mhm.
in the NFL. I don't know what
Yeah.
team he's going to, but that's a weapon. He missed it on the first one. They got him on the second one. I mean,
Yeah. He's very
a
good.
weapon at the backfield. So Ohio State took care of business. Going over to some ACC action. Duke.
Yeah, they're
Louisville.
dead. Duke is officially dead.
You wanted to believe in the Riley show.
I
knew
wanted
you
to
did.
give it one more shot,
Yeah.
but they are just dead and gone.
Yeah.
That Florida State
none
game, I
took
didn't
them.
think it would break them, but it absolutely broke them. And I think it's because their coach I think it's the coach's fault, because in the game against Florida State, Leonard goes out, warms up on the sideline, does his calisthenics, comes back to coach and says, "I'm ready to go." Coach says, "Nope, you're not going back in." And then the guy that's in there, they don't even really let him throw it. I think the guys in the locker room saw that, said, "Oh, coach doesn't fucking believe in us to get it done without Leonard and doesn't want Leonard to get hurt." Who cares, dude? you're Duke, man. It's not like you're saving. It's not like Riley Leonard's going to be like this big time NFL guy, probably. So like, let him go out there and bust his ankle up. Who cares? It's for the boys.
I agree.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean Louisville's got a really good ground attack.
they sure
I mean,
do.
very, very
They
good.
did that to
So
Notre Dame too. Like they just anyone that.
yeah,
How did they lose to Pitt? What went wrong in that game?
I think that's like what you said. You have a big upset and then you just have a lull.
Yeah, for sure.
I I could see
It's
them going undefeated the rest of the year here too. I mean, Virginia Tech, Virginia, at Miami, and then Kentucky.
the
Like,
next two for sure. Virginia Tech and Virginia should
yeah,
be freebies pretty much. At
yeah,
Miami will be kind of tough, and then Kentucky, that's still SEC ball, but like
we know Kentucky.
they're looking at a like this next game against Virginia Tech is huge because Virginia Tech's also
Hmm.
they're 3-1 in the conference. So if
Yeah.
Virginia there's a world where 4-4 Virginia Tech is in the ACC title game, and I will be very much checked.
Man,
Hopefully no one gets in at that point.
they're gonna make us watch those damn Florida State go into the playoffs and get their shit rocked because they're
Yep.
not good. And okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, moving on down to looking at some LDS game here with BYU versus Texas. Um, we picked Longhorns.
Yep.
Really wanted to see the Arch Manning show.
Yeah.
Didn't
Didn't get it.
Keaton Slovis probably doing some sad soaking.
Yeah, we really thought I thought BYU would give us a little more. They didn't. Texas looked fine with the backup QB. Like I just thought it'd be a little. We get a little bit more. We were kind of bouncing around what the fifth game should be for us to kind of talk about, and we kind of landed on this one just because Quinn Ewers was out and BYU wasn't horrible, but
Yeah,
they ended up just looking horrible. So
yeah. I mean, Slovis had a 27.9 QBR.
not
I
good.
mean, 4.9 average per throw.
That's not gonna do it.
I mean, but then again, Malik Murphy, a 45.8 QBR. So like,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't anything
Yeah,
crazy
no,
for
he didn't
most
really have to do
quarterbacks.
anything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
not much else to say.
no, good job taking care of business. I'm sure Matthew McConaughey was very happy. And then my favorite game of the week here was the
I know.
Pac-12 After Dark,
After dark,
Arizona,
it
Oregon State,
never
man.
disappoints.
I tell you what, man. My prediction for Arizona going
These boys are
undefeated.
buzzing. They are.
Yeah.
I can't even deny it at this point.
They
They're
have to be in
looking.
the top 25 after this week, right? I mean,
I
you
don't think
take
they. I
out
don't think they are.
number 19 Washington State, number
I
11
would. I
Oregon
would put
State.
them in.
Like, you give it
Personally,
Washington a game, USC a game, like that's got to get you in the top 25.
it didn't for the AP. Maybe for the CFP. Like
That's
they
crazy.
still have them behind. Like people are giving more votes to Miami and Fresno State, and I would. I mean, I get it. You don't maybe want to put a 3-loss team in the top 25. They're the best 3-loss team in the country. I'll tell you that much. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it. I bet you nobody from I bet you nobody in the top 25 wants to play Arizona in Tucson right about now. I
Nope.
would want to avoid that game at all costs. They gave Washington a battle. They gave USC everything that they could handle.
Beat
And
Washington
since
State,
then,
beat Oregon State.
they're beating good teams. They're not even just like they've
Yeah.
been on a gauntlet of like right. Let me look at their schedule. They've been on a absolute gauntlet of just playing good teams. Washington,
5 ranked
SC,
teams
Washington State, Oregon State. Now they're gonna play UCLA. Like
in Tucson, and a
and then even
7:30
at
Pac-12 After Dark again.
yeah, and then at Colorado, that'll be it's still a game. Like that's a
Yeah.
tough game. Then you play Utah, tough game. That's 7 straight games that are tough. Like and to think that
Yeah.
the game before Washington, they win by 1 point against Stanford.
Man,
Like
I tell you what,
crazy. Get
if
these guys
Caleb
in the Pac-12 championship game.
facts, if Caleb doesn't come back for USC next year, I wouldn't mind trying to get Noah to transfer over.
Yeah, this guy.
This guy's seeing the field. I don't know what he's doing.
He's seeing it well too. I don't know if
If
they can he I don't even know. Can they make obviously they can because teams can lose. The tough thing is like they would need SC to lose 2 more games, which is possible.
it's very possible.
They have the tiebreaker over Oregon State. So like if they win out, I'm just trying to think if they win out, can they
They'd have the tiebreaker over Utah, the tiebreaker
Can
over
they win
Oregon
out and
State.
everything? Like they still need other things to happen, right? Them winning out
Yeah.
doesn't do it for them because technically USC could also win out and they'd still not get in.
Yeah.
Um,
I tell you what,
but
whatever
they
bowl
got it
game
over
they go
Oregon
to,
State. They're gonna this is almost an eliminator for them. If they lose to UCLA, it's
still it's
done.
over. Yeah.
If they beat UCLA, UCLA's done. They don't have a chance. Like all these 3-2 teams are like saying, "Are we the ones that are gonna win out?"
This is the
And
Pac-12, man.
the way
Crazy.
the teams are playing, like I wouldn't like. Let's look at those 4 teams' schedule. Like you still have Oregon State.
Yeah.
What's their schedule? Colorado, Stanford, Washington, Oregon. So they are low on my list for winning out.
Yeah.
Utah has Arizona State, Colorado at home, but at Washington, at Arizona. I don't know. UCLA has maybe UCLA, like at Arizona. They still got to go to USC, which is still tough. Like probably Arizona and UCLA have the best shot, which means like this is it right here. This game, and of course it's a Pac-12 after dark.
Oh, baby.
It's just nothing better.
No. Just get your blood going a little bit.
Nothing gets me going more than a Pac-12 after dark. Because you know it's gonna be blockbuster every time. Like,
Yeah.
has there been a game that hasn't been good? Like
No.
the week before, it was the
Washington and
Arizona State, which was crazy. The week
Yeah.
before that was that USC.
No, that was the Stanford, Colorado.
That one was insane. Then
Yep.
the week before that was USC, Arizona. Like it's just like it's bangers after bangers after bangers after dark. Like it just always hits.
And I tell you what, if this is on our pick'ems, you know who I'm siding with. You know who I'm riding with.
I'm probably gonna be with you, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how you can bet. Like how could you bet against these guys at this point until they prove otherwise? Like they're gonna give everybody the game of their life.
Like this quarterback, bro. I mean, they put him at 5'11", 194. He's got over 1,000 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a 78.7 QBR. He's 13th in the country.
He's
like
balling.
This guy is seeing things correctly.
He's balling out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can finish up talking about the other Pac-12 game that was supposed to be, you know, still was like the big game of the weekend, but Oregon just beat the dog shit out of Utah. And you know, I wish I could see the field, but they you're back?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just telling them how Oregon just beat the dog piss out of Utah.
I don't know what happened there, but I'm back.
Yeah, well,
it happened.
They're like they beat them so bad that your camera everything just turned off.
Yeah,
that's literally how Utah was. They just got the lights turned off and everything went black.
Yeah, basically,
there literally wasn't a game. Like from the first 10 minutes, halfway through the first quarter, you're like, "Oh, Utah cannot play with these guys."
The pig farmer got exposed,
which makes me worried. Like, obviously, Washington beat them. I just think like Oregon might be the best team. I think Washington is the team that really matches up with them well.
Yeah,
and I think Washington would beat them again. But Oregon's one of the hotter teams in the country. Like they're out for blood after that loss to Washington. They were pissed, and they are just running through everyone in their path. So like USC, even if you get through Washington this weekend, then you got to go to Autzen. Now USC traditionally, there's been some upsets.
Yeah,
they like to go up to Autzen, and they do tend to play well. But I don't know this.
If there was ever a time for the team to figure it out and reach their full potential, it's these 2 weeks coming up.
This is it.
Washington, Oregon, UCLA. Like
it's a shame that they dropped one. Like
they
still could have even Notre Dame. Like all right, you lose a tough on the road rivalry game. It was
but not
Utah
to Utah.
Game. Like the Utah game, you should win against Barnes.
They had the Utah game.
Even if they're close games, it's like all right, you still have it all in front of you. You could still even make the college football playoff. Now it's like, dang, we're really not going to make the playoff, but I guess we could win the Pac-12. That's fun. So
I mean,
never know. 2 losses make the playoff.
I mean,
Not with a bunch of one-loss Big Ten and SEC teams. They're just gonna lob them all in there.
See, but
They don't give a shit.
the craziest part about it though is if you look at USC's schedule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked opponents. So like to come out
Tough
of that
schedule.
schedule with
But they
2
don't give a
losses
shit.
and a Pac-12. Well, no. Then it would be 6 ranked teams because you got to think whoever USC would play for the Pac-12 title is going to
No,
be one of the
I'm
ranked teams.
agreeing
So
with you.
that would be my
That
argument for it. Now they don't give a fuck about my
they
argument.
don't
They
give
never
a
have.
You know, if it ends up being like, okay, Michigan beats Ohio State. Ohio State has 1 loss.
Yeah.
Michigan's undefeated. They win the thing. And say you have an undefeated Florida State. Let's just take the Big 12 out of it. Let's just say they kind of cannibalize themselves like the Pac-12. So you have an undefeated Florida State. Even if you don't, imagine it's a 1-loss Bama. This is the scenario that I hope, I'm praying to the Lord doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Bama wins out, plays Georgia, wins.
Now they're in.
Michigan wins out, beats Ohio State, game-winning field goal. I guarantee you Ohio State's in, Michigan's in, Georgia's in, Bama's in.
Bama's in.
You already know it. You believe it in your heart.
I don't want to see it happen.
Which is why we need Missouri. We need the Tigers to win this weekend and beat Georgia. We need it so badly.
They don't have Brock Bowers, man. Somebody do it.
Yeah.
Somebody expose these bastards. I mean,
yeah. Not good.
Yeah, it's tough because I would have a hard time. First of all, with all the allegations and all the evidence coming up for Michigan right now, this thing is a lot bigger than just sign stealing. Like,
yeah, I don't know what's about to happen. I mean, nothing. They'll still go, but might get there.
This should be bigger than like Spygate with the Patriots. Like, this is Spygate mixed with like, I don't even know what other operation, like Mission Impossible. Yeah, there's new stuff for it. So it's
like, were they at practices?
Not just that part, but they sent information to the Gamecocks because they needed them to beat Tennessee. So that's why the Gamecocks beat the piss out of them last year.
They were giving them film.
Yeah, they didn't want to play Tennessee, so they said they gave them the signals, they gave them film. Like,
so my thing is, right,
it's crazy.
Is this not allowed?
I don't
That's
think
the thing.
so.
Is it not? So, like, why not? Like, my only argument, like playing devil's advocate,
yeah,
if I'm willing to go through all this effort, I go to games, I film it, I look at the film, I find out what their signs are. Like, I'm having someone do all of this work.
Yeah.
Because you're telling, like, other teams do it. I know players that were on teams, if they were injured or whatever,
you go watch a game.
Hey, go watch and try and get their signs and at least give us a thought. Like, so this happens. So I do understand, like, of course, like Michigan's getting caught into it. I know it happens at every level. Now to the extent I don't know, but like, just me playing devil's advocate is like, I don't want to just say like, well, do it. You could do it too. Phase up. Like, why don't we all do it? Like, I think a bigger thing is, why can't the quarterback just have a headset in the thing? That we need to do it.
Yeah, let's just get. But I agree with what you're saying as far as like stealing people's signs is part of the game, and
I don't think you should be able to like sneak at practices and you're doing that, like all that stuff. Like, that was kind of what the Patriots were doing. Like, they would have a guy up in like the rogue press box, like watching a practice. Like, that's crazy. But like, if you want to purchase tickets and like send a shitter out to the game, like, all right, like if you want to do it that bad, like, I think, didn't Deion say, well, you still got to stop it?
Yeah.
Like, you still got to stop them on the field, which fair, but like, I don't know.
I agree with that, but like,
I agree with both sides.
I agree with like Michigan having the signs because they went through the effort of sending someone to go watch the game, yada yada. I don't agree with being able to say I don't want to face Tennessee, so I'm going to call up South Carolina and I'm going to
make sure they're ready.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's like you're overdoing it.
Yeah, that, I mean, just because
but the game,
we all know that these games are fucking scripted. Okay, the fact that Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State end up in the playoffs every year is not a coincidence. Like, it's not.
Yeah, like, so I just think
it makes sense the way this thing works. And then you hear about this part and you're like, okay.
I just know that Saban said it. Like, if you want to stop it, put the headset, put
Yeah.
put it in, so they can just talk to the QB.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you got to do it. Like
Little
so
Sandusky.
they can talk to the QB. Like
Yeah, I
you
agree.
don't have to you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it doing all the hand signals and this thing. You could just say, "Hey, I write 42 laser blast Z whip." Like
Yeah.
perfect. Sounds good. I'll tell
Break.
to the guys and you go. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't, but they should. They definitely have the technology to do it.
Honestly,
It's possible.
it would be so simple because you'd have the headset and it would be the same play calls as having signs. You would just hear like
Yeah.
laser right, literally just
And
laser
then and
right.
then if you
And then
had to do
okay.
it, then it could be like a check to me. Like if you
Yeah.
want to check, then everyone can look over and you could do another sign.
Yeah.
You could do something else. It just doesn't always have to be the sign is your play.
Yeah, that could be your
Like
audible.
yeah, like you
Um,
could do yeah, so I don't know.
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of biased. I just think it's kind of bullshit. Like
Oh, it is
it makes
bullshit.
sense. It
It's
makes
definitely
sense
bullshit. I
why
just don't know what like can
what the
they get
lineup.
in trouble? Yeah,
Yeah.
like is someone gonna be able to say, "Hey, you actually were doing something." Like I don't know the rules, but like I feel
Yeah.
like there probably isn't good enough rules on this
Yeah,
just
no one's been like,
to really
"Ooh,
like set him down and say, "Yep, you guys like
you guys fucked up."
you think Harbaugh cares? Like, oh yeah, it was pretty scummy, but like
He's a scumbag.
who gives
So,
a fuck? Like
oopsie.
he's probably thinking like, yeah, all right, whatever. Everyone else does it. You caught us. You can do it too.
Pays up. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I've always thought Harbaugh was a real piece of shit. So this doesn't surprise me at all.
yeah,
He's a real prick.
he
Um,
does it his way. That's for sure.
yeah. Then hey, if you're winning games, you can be a scumbag. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
fair enough. You
That wins
win.
games. Yeah. So
All right.
I mean, I saw the board pretty well for the boys.
Yeah, you did well.
Everything's
5.
nice.
It's our first. You're the first
First,
person to have a
yeah,
perfect slate, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, not
Shout
too
out the
bad.
Arizona Wildcats. Shout out the
All
Della
right,
boys for putting me on.
man. All right, we'll go.
All
We'll
right.
transition to the top 10. Decent amount of movement.
Big Ten taking the top two.
Yeah, Big Ten
Huh.
has prevailed. We'll start with honorable mentions. Air Force. Now technically, I wouldn't say like if you rated it out like Ole Miss is 11, Missouri's 12, Air Force is 13. I would not say that.
Okay.
But
Good preface.
I just think it's fun. There ain't no,
Yeah.
like I
What's the
thought I'd
harm?
just like an honorable mention. It doesn't necessarily have to be 11, 12, 13. It can be like, oh, they're doing some shit right now. Like they could finish the year 12-0 realistically. Even with Missouri. Now I think Missouri deserves to be in here. And we always do this whenever like a team is now gonna go play. Who do we
Yeah,
do
we
it
give him a
with? We
nod.
did it with who do we do it with and then
We,
they lost? We do it with Louisville? No.
no,
We did it with
Duke.
somebody.
I think
Do
we
it
did
with
with Duke
Duke
against Florida
against Florida
State.
State maybe. We've done it before where we're like, "All right, you're getting your shot. We're
Yeah.
gonna put you in here." And then they always just lose. And it's gonna be Missouri's gonna lose a game where they could have definitely won. We already know it'll be 21-17.
Yeah.
Some bullshit will happen. Like Georgia will get a lucky fumble and Lad McConkey will catch a touchdown.
Shout out loud.
But yeah, Missouri is just behind Ole Miss, who's just behind Bama. Like this 8, 9, 10, 11 is all has to be this way. Any one so a lot of I've seen a lot of boards where top 10s where Oklahoma is just way back from Texas. I get it because people are going to say, well, Texas's loss was better than Oklahoma's loss. Well, hey, dipshit, Texas's loss was to Oklahoma. So what do
What
we
I
do
think of
about
that.
that? What do
Yeah.
we do? Am I supposed to like? I always feel in college football specifically because it's so rankings based. It's not like the NFL where a bunch of teams get in. It's so head to head based. My rule typically, unless like something drastic happens,
Yeah.
if you guys have the same win loss and I beat you, I'm ahead of you in rankings.
Yeah.
Now, this doesn't come into effect if a team has 2 losses and a team ahead of them has one loss, I won't always like if you
Yeah.
have one loss separating, like the best example of that right now is Missouri's in our honorable mentions. LSU isn't.
Okay.
LSU beat Missouri, but LSU has 2 losses.
Yeah.
So for me, Missouri still gets the nod. Now, if Missouri loses to Georgia,
Now LSU
100%
gets the nod.
LSU is ahead. If we keep going into the season and Missouri's kind of just like piecing wins together and LSU's just slamming people, like if LSU, obviously Missouri won't jump if they beat Georgia, but like let's say for example Missouri was playing somebody shitty and they win barely, and LSU goes to Tuscaloosa and beats Bama. Now I might do it
Mm-hmm.
because that's another big win for them, but typically no. So that's kind of my thought. So like for all you people like just trash in Oklahoma, which is why I moved Texas down, because now the the win doesn't look as good
Mm-hmm.
and everything. Like it just you have to go down. You have to be like win like head to head. Like wins gotta matter. If
They
I
do.
beat you, does that
Gotta
not
mean something.
matter? This Red River didn't matter. We have the same one loss. So you're telling me right now, if the playoffs started today, and you said we have to take one Big Ten team, everyone would take Texas?
Yeah, the Big
Like,
12.
why does that
Yeah.
make sense? Like, why did we play Red River? Like, I get it. We lose a bad game to Kansas. Kansas played unbelievable at home. Like,
Boys for firing.
had a delay, had a lightning delay, whole thing. Like, I'm not saying it was a good loss for Oklahoma, but like,
They did beat Texas.
Let's not act like Texas almost didn't just almost lose last week either. So, yeah, I don't really, I can't see a world where you beat a team, you have the same one loss, and they jump ahead of you, which is why now I think if Bama and Texas played right now in Tuscaloosa, I think Bama beats them. But
Mm-hmm.
they didn't, so the shitters are below them. If the season
Yeah.
ends like this, if all these teams end with one loss, Oklahoma's got to be ahead of Texas, which has to be ahead of Bama. Sorry about it. We got to be structured here.
Yeah.
Means Penn State goes up because now the Oklahoma Texas like thing, they are maybe worse than we thought. So Penn State, even though their offense is, I think like the Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State defenses are all just like are
They're
on
good.
crack cocaine. I think
Yeah.
like they're insane. But I still think Oregon is the best one-loss team because besides that, tough. They just annihilate people. Like they
Yeah.
made
They
Utah.
blow you out the building.
They walked into Utah and said, "Yeah,
We
you're
run the
shit."
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like didn't Utah have painted helmets? Hand painted helmets for that game? They were doing a whole like thing about it.
Did they?
Yeah, they tried to do a cheap ass
No.
version of like
The
they didn't do
Remembrance
the full
game.
thing of the remembrance, but they said, "Oh, we have our sweet hand painted helmets like
Oh,
for
I
our
didn't
big
know
game." I
that.
think so. They tried to pull another fast one
Pieces of shit.
and Oregon said, "Yeah, not on us, buddy."
Oregon said there's gonna be some sad soaking going on in this town tonight.
Yeah. You're not getting away with this one.
No. No. Oregon looked phenomenal against
Yeah.
Utah. Scares me for USC because, God, boy, oh boy. I mean, lost to a goddamn pig farmer. I'll never get over that.
Yeah.
But
And Florida State at 5, don't care, won't do it. I'm on the Pat McAfee train of him bashing Florida State too. I don't buy it. I haven't bought it. I never will until they beat someone else that's good. Now I get it. LSU. Oh, LSU looks really good. Do they? Are they that good? I don't know. We'll see against Bama. But like that
I
win
mean,
at Clemson's looking worse and worse, right?
yeah,
That
but
win
you
at
look at
Boston College is looking worse and like
you just look at their schedule, and they've only played at the time number 5 LSU, which preseason rankings don't mean shit.
don't mean shit to me.
They don't
I
know
never thought
anything.
LSU was good. And then they played Duke,
Duke.
which was a game until Leonard came out.
Yep.
Now, okay, you blew out Wake Forest and you blew out Syracuse. Syracuse is 0-4 in the conference. Wake Forest is 1-4 in the conference. Cool. Before that,
Give your
Virginia Tech,
props.
that's looking like a better win, but Clemson and Boston College is still bad. Like, I'm not going to buy it. The only way for me that these guys move up is
Beat Louisville.
if the teams ahead of them lose. That is
Yeah,
the
if the
only way.
teams.
And if
Well,
Florida State loses, they go all the way behind Bama. They might go out of the top 10 because
Yeah.
I think all these other one-loss teams are better than them. I truly do.
I agree with you. I think the only way that they'll kind of get some of my respect is if they beat Louisville, because I think Louisville is the best team in the
But
ACC
that won't be
besides
until
them.
the title game. Like, there's nothing in
Exactly.
these next 4 games that they can
No,
do for me. At Pitt does nothing for me. Miami doesn't do much for me anymore. You
North
play North
Alabama
Alabama,
might, you know.
who 5 years ago were in Division II playing against my uncle's team, West Florida. Like,
So they're
they're
good.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're playing D2, they're amazing. And then at Florida's looking like
A shit
that's
show.
not gonna be obviously rivalry game, you never know, but it's not gonna really boost
Yeah.
them in my ranking. So there's not much they can do for me. Georgia, same thing. They just kinda have a shit. I saw a thing where Georgia and Michigan, their strength of schedules are in the bottom third in the NCAA. Like, they have each not played
Just cupcakes.
anybody remotely good at football. Like, we'll see with this Missouri and Georgia game, like, what's good. I wish it was at Missouri so bad because I think they could do it.
Yeah.
They probably will just come up short. Like, still, Georgia's a 15.5 point favorite, which is just crazy. But
Yeah, I don't know about the 15.5 though. I would take those odds. 15.5 against a number
yeah,
14 like
I
that's
like 15.5. But this is like with no Bowers. I mean, they're playing. It's Missouri, Ole Miss, Tennessee. Like, it's 3 tough
pretty big
games. So
gauntlet.
like they could.
Let me
You
guess, all of
know,
them at home.
no, 3
Oh,
of them,
good.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missouri and Ole Miss, probably the 2 hardest of the bunch are at home, and then at Tennessee. But I doubt Joe Milton's going to do much against them. But
He
yeah,
might do
we'll
something.
we'll we'll see. You know, they beat Kentucky, who we know is
Rods.
shit. And other than that, they haven't played anybody worth anything.
Yeah, they had a close
So
game with Auburn.
they probably won't be able to move up much unless they really. I mean, I guess if Washington struggles with USC, but like they could, like it's good offense. Like I just don't see if the top 3 teams keep winning and Georgia keeps winning, how they'd be able to win well, and unless they really just slaughter Missouri and slaughter Ole Miss, like maybe, but I don't know. I'm just not seeing it.
I think it is pretty crazy. I'm looking at the USC Washington Gamecast and the matchup predictor. USC has a 54.1% chance to win according to ESPN Analytics. That's
Yeah,
higher than I would have it.
Washington 3.5 point favorite. That's USC with 3 at home. I don't know. So they're the favorites, but on the ESPN, hey, I don't know.
I hope ESPN's right,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Tough one to call.
But that's basically like 50-50. Like if you play the game
Yeah.
10 times, it's like it's 5-5 or
Yeah.
maybe a 6-4. Like I don't know if they can pull it off. It'd be
Matchup.
sweet, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess speaking on Washington, they do drop for me just because Michigan didn't play, but Washington, like
They've had some
if you
struggles.
wanna be really good, like if they would have just kept doing what they had been doing pre-Oregon game, they would have probably stayed at 1 for me. But they have like kind of just sleptwalked through 2 games, which is fair because you're getting into like now you're gonna play SC
USC,
and then
Utah, Oregon State.
yeah, like this is the meat of it right now. So they kind of like had their big Oregon game and then free quote unquote freebies against Stanford and Arizona State that turned into like you're really working for it. But this is it right here. Like if there was a time for USC to get Washington, it'd be now because Washington's kind of been sleepwalking, or this is the time when Washington, if they're truly good, they erupt and say, yeah, not like this. We'll show you why we're supposed to be good.
Or the USC roster shows why
Hopefully.
we
I
were
would
supposed
love
to be
it.
good. I'm talking as a fan at that point because realistically, everything points to Washington should beat the hell out of them.
Yep.
That defense is just not good. If they can get Penix to turn the ball over,
That's the only chance.
we got a chance. But I
And the
mean,
offense they need to run the ball.
yes,
Which is
it
crazy for
cannot
me
be
to
an air
say. Like
assault.
they need to limit possessions,
They do.
which is crazy that you almost don't want the offense on the field that you want long drives where you score touchdowns, and so Penix throws like that's what you want. You want Washington
True.
trying to press and get back into the game.
But I don't understand why, with USC having such a great rushing attack, why we don't utilize that to set up a play action. Like, just because we have the greatest magician at quarterback doesn't mean we need him to make a
every time.
Superman play every time. Like,
Yeah.
give him some nice play actions if we're running the ball really well,
For sure.
and you can get the safety to cheat up a little bit, and you can catch Taj over the top, or Zachariah Branch over the top, like stuff like that would be good.
Yeah.
Again, it's this team you have to. So we'll see what both teams are made of. I mean, this is gonna be a great matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're either getting a four local on the way home at halftime, or you're
Yeah.
living life.
Yeah, so Michigan goes up by default. Ohio State didn't move up. I forgot to
That's all right.
click the thing off, but they're moving up to like number 1A, like
They're ascending.
they're solid. Um I know a lot of people that would put Michigan ahead of Ohio State, and so the question I ask is, why do you reward a team that hasn't played a meaningful game? Ohio State's played 2 meaningful games and won them both. So I'm just gonna take that. Like, they have 2 way better wins. I get it. Michigan's been slaughtering everybody, but until Michigan plays a football game that matters, I can't justifiably put them at number 1. Can't do it. They go out and they beat the shit out of Penn State, way worse than what Ohio State did, sure. Then we can have a discussion, but until that point, can't do it, and I won't do it.
Well said.
There you go.
Well said.
All right, that is our top 10. Be sure to let us know why it's shit, and if I see anybody with Texas ahead of Oklahoma,
Slap you.
yeah, or I've seen some people with Bama ahead of Texas. Like, do we just forget games that have been played? I think we do.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, what are we doing? Get it
I
together,
mean,
people.
to be fair, we are recording on like an overreaction Monday, so
Yeah. Everyone just is like prisoner of the moment and just like doesn't matter, like games that happened early in the year. It's like it was the thing where if you're back in the BCS, I know it was like points or whatever. Like, you wanted to lose early
Yeah,
in the season, because then, like, all right, you get it out the way, then you set the bar for, you are the one loss team, and then most of the time everyone just kind of falls behind you and you're like ahead. There's no reason why, and I'm glad that, like, when Oregon lost, people kept Oregon ahead of Alabama and stuff like that, because they deserve to be. But like in seasons before, like, is there a reason why Penn State fell behind Bama? I don't know. Like, Penn State's loss at Ohio State should be better than Bama's
losing at
loss at
home.
home to Texas, but nope, Penn State goes behind Bama. So like, that just doesn't make, like, people forget about that 17-3 game against USF. Like, that was horrible. It was the worst shit
Boy,
ever.
man, that is not the best shit. That is the worst shit. It's time for the best segment. People recommend
Let's do
old
it.
Twitter. Starting out with a nice little Bleacher Report. Always got to start it with Anthony Davis because for those of you who didn't or don't watch NBA because you just don't give a shit, and I respect that until playoffs, I'm kind of one of them. There was a lot of chirping going on between the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets swept them in the Western Conference Finals 4-0. It wasn't even really a series except for maybe one game. But even LeBron playing like 48 minutes and
Yeah, they
having, I
were
think,
all like
40 in the first half.
goodish. They were all good-ish games, and then like Joker would just like hit the most like random step, like triple back, like throw it behind my back 3-pointer, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Like, I watched a highlight reel of like when all this shit talking was happening, and they're like, Nuggets swept the Lakers. Why are the Lakers talking? And some guy came back with highlights like, bro, the Nuggets were literally hitting shots like this. Like, they were never gonna lose. And it's just like a minute and a half highlight reel of like just the craziest 3-pointers you'll ever see in your life. And it's like, what are you gonna do?
It's kind of a shame they didn't have J.R. Smith on that Denver team because he would have fit in
Oh, he would have
perfect.
been
Contested
just
threes
chucking it up.
Jesus. This guy's pretty funny. Sure thing, buddy. Sick Pants. Pretty interesting name.
Okay.
Tweeted out, I think athletes should be able to gamble on us, which I think he means the layman folk, not athletes.
Yeah.
Average people at our jobs. Let's see how Anthony Davis likes it when I rack up 4-hour screen time in a 6-hour shift when he had the under of 3.5.
Facts. Or like, how many times will I scream at EP during a workout, and like he just has a bad day, so I'm screaming. Someone took the under and it's over. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, it would be funny. That would be very funny, actually.
I would love to see the odds. Like, who are the odds makers for this? Like, how do we set this up? Like, is it you just log in and you're like, okay, like the over under of like
And how do we have
how many
cameras on
emails
that?
I'm
Like, how
sending or
don't
like
I don't
what?
know how it would even I don't know what you'd have to do to regulate that. What betting sites are picking that up?
Probably,
That'd be crazy.
FanDuel maybe. I don't know.
You think? I think FanDuel would be
MGM.
down.
MGM would
Yeah,
do it.
MGM will put anything up. You got to go one of those like underground like spots.
Yeah. Some tell me like Jake Paul's Better app would do it just cause. Um, yeah, be an interesting concept. But moving on, you already kind of talked about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It debuted with a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I saw the audience score. They bumped like the audience has been going crazy. They're like 85% or something. But that's just
Okay.
like little kids just trying to like, no, I swear the lore. It's so good. Like, shut up.
The lore.
The lore is so good.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it to see like a Goodfellas like cinematic masterpiece. I'm going there to watch the lore and just the stupid shit. Like
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting.
I just wanted a little more jump scare type
Mm.
of vibe from it, but it didn't really give it to me. But that's all right. Better luck next time. Well, they probably won't get another movie, but
They said if they do, they will have Markiplier in it, so maybe
they
that's how they're
better.
getting
They better.
people. He's apparently making a horror movie, and I don't know if I'm gonna go see it. We'll see. It's called Iron Lung, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
He said there's like
I haven't heard of it.
500 gallons of blood used. I'm like, well, then it's probably not a great movie. Like,
Jeez,
yeah.
500 gallons?
I
All
don't know where
right.
he's getting it, but it's a lot. This is just diabolical. I mean, like, what are we? I'll be wanting chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips. Like,
It might
who
be good. I don't know. Like, it's
who
just what is
hurt
that?
you?
Just like whatever the
Just
cookie part is.
yeah, but like, why?
Yeah, I don't. I feel like you can buy stuff like that,
You
or
can
I think you can. Yeah.
just
Okay.
sugar cookies.
Yeah.
Like, why? Who hurt you to the point where you're sitting here picking these
Yeah.
things up from like Walmart or Albertsons or Vons, and you're
Oh,
just sitting there
speaking of Anthony Davis,
what are you doing?
Lakers win 26 points, 19 rebounds. So, hey, he had one of those games, and then so that means the next game, 15-4 incoming.
Probably less. Probably like 10-3. He just
Always,
he just has games, man, where he just doesn't do
he's just
anything,
so
and
bad.
then he becomes the best player in the world again, and you're like,
Yeah.
what are we
Like,
doing? Why
where
can't you
was
be consistent?
that?
Please don't be this. Like, don't be this, people.
Hey,
Like,
don't do it.
just buy the sugar cookies. Don't. Or if you're gonna do this, don't post this side. Just shows that. I don't need this in my life. Um, this one is pretty good.
Witherspoon is just a trolly. He is a troll, isn't he?
He was talking. He's asked a question on Deshaun Watson being ruled out, and his response is as savage as it gets. I guess the doctors over there in Cleveland told him he can't play, and he's finally taking no for an answer.
I mean, that is insane.
I mean,
That's crazy. Did he actually say that?
I hope to God he did. I can see him
That's
doing it.
awesome.
I tried to do some research, even though I know I'm a stooge and I don't read the stories too much.
Yeah,
I
you
did
couldn't
try
find
to
shit.
check this, but I couldn't find shit. But I
I'm
believe
sure
he
he
would
did.
say
Yeah,
it.
like he's the one that's been talking the most shit out of like everybody.
Yeah.
So
If you
that's
told
pretty
me
good.
Devin did it or DK did it, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
sounds
Now, if you told
sounds
me
like
like Gino or Pete Carroll, like, okay, now I'm
yeah,
question.
maybe not.
But that's too funny.
Yeah,
Deshaun
that's
Watson,
good.
figure out how to get on the field, dude. This is just wild. Like we've all been stuck at a train crossing and like you're trying to get through. This guy is I don't know what the hell he's doing. Like I don't get the idea. I understand what you're doing, but I don't.
Now, what the fuck is Bishop doing? This man is funny, and it's he ain't amazing.
For it.
You had your shot, dude.
We get the bed.
Why would you grab it right there instead of further away so you don't have to lift it?
Bishop is crazy. He ain't amazing.
And here comes the thing.
He might well just
Go!
This is fucking
It's pissing me off. He's not doing it again. No, okay. We're just
Like Kevin Durant.
Now what the
He had 2 shots. Why didn't he drive? He had a chance.
Right
Now,
here. You got to floor it.
why can't you just go
Gotta
curb
commit.
and left? If you want to really do it, just go like back up a little, go halfway
the
up the little
gas.
curb on the left, and just do a little zigzag
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to manhandle the thing. And you did it. Like you have you can go right now. You'll make it under.
You wouldn't even have to go on this. You floor it that way and slide. Just take the wheel to the left, and you'll go in between.
This guy's a stooge. This could be stooge of the week material right here. This guy,
Could
because
be.
he had 2 shots at it. He knew what the timing was, and he went back for seconds. He's like, all right. I know what I need to do, and he still didn't do it.
No.
Shitter.
He might be stooge of the week. We might have to figure out who this guy is.
I know. Get his name.
Big dumb dipshit is what I'm calling him.
That's for sure.
Moving on to some pro football talk. I don't know how reliable this is, but it does make sense. There's been a weird vibe has existed between the Browns and Deshaun Watson for nearly a month. Honestly,
Yeah, you don't say.
I get the feeling this guy's trying to get traded again, but like you can't get traded. You have $240 million.
Yeah, that's a dead cap hit from hell right there. The Browns would be in hell for the next. How many years is that contract? 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're playing, buddy.
yeah.
You're
Sorry,
playing
pal.
QB.
So maybe
You
don't
don't have
do
a
that.
choice.
This one is just kind of interesting. I'm not really sure why we're doing this. Like, I don't know what guy's doing this, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah, like,
Jeez. What in the world? Can we even show that?
I double checked to make sure we didn't
Can we
see
even
any
air
leak
that?
or anything.
No, I think we can.
think
Yeah,
so.
no, we're good, but still,
I
this seems too intimate. Like, brother, you're gonna get a hernia. Operating like that.
couple things here. One, probably lock the door.
Yeah, could be a good idea.
2, you're at your mate's house. Because I'm thinking this is in the UK or something.
Mhm.
You're at your mate's house. You decide, open bathroom door. You can see directly to shitter. I can see full strain.
This had to be set up, and he's like,
It
"This
has
would be
to be.
fucking funny."
And it was.
Yeah, it was. It
I
was
mean,
something.
yeah. Moving on. That's just stuff that Twitter brings to me. This one's pretty interesting. So Motorola just revealed a concept for a flexible phone that can be worn around your wrist.
Nice. Apple Watch.
Yeah, but we have technology like this, yet I still have a phone. If I drop it, it's going to break.
Yeah.
Like, this,
I
by
don't know what that
theory,
does for me.
It should mean that if you drop it, it doesn't break. Like, because
But
it
what
would
do I
flex.
need my phone around my wrist for? I don't can wear stuff without pockets. Like,
I'm not even thinking about that part. I mean, I don't understand wearing it as a watch, but like, if I have a flexible phone, then any angle I drop it at, it should flex.
yeah. No, I'm with you.
But like,
We're on the same page.
I don't understand.
Jeez,
That's a
there's a
big old
giant thing
watch.
on my wrist. Like, I don't need that.
Have a Rolly, or you could have a Motorola.
Yeah, it's too much. Too much.
Yeah. It's still in prototype, so it's probably that they haven't figured out how to make that one. I love that one.
Yeah,
Crackhead
that's all
energy,
time.
man. You need to move something, get a crackhead. I need a dresser move.
It won't let you down.
No, they'll move it. You give them what, $20? 30? Maybe.
Not even that much. I might not pay him. You might just do it.
Facts. It's pretty interesting. May think you're cool. You'll never be as cool as a Mongolian shepherd with an AK-47 and a pet snow leopard.
You're right.
You got me.
I won't be.
Look at that son of a bitch.
Be sure. I guess that's a pet.
And then we got these. How does he instinctively not go for these?
I know. Probably been raised since he was young, if I had to guess. So he just kind of knows the vibes.
I think he knows this.
That'd be my guess.
He acts up.
Yeah.
Because he's a big cat, but you give him a 7.62 to the face.
Oh yeah, you're dead if you get. If I lay around India.
That was pretty cool.
You are done for, buddy.
I do like snow leopards. They're kind of dope. Especially when they get in trees and shit.
Mm-hmm. They do look sweet.
Yeah. Nothing
I
better.
want one.
I'd love one, but I can't even get a ferret in California, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
My face when they tell me that I can't have a snow leopard is like Artie Smith at his press conferences.
Yeah, just pissed.
Just kidding. I mean, we've already talked about Michigan. There's
Yeah,
one I was
we
talking about. They stole.
yeah.
I did read this article. It did have sources talking to people from that South Carolina coaching staff saying that, yeah, we got a phone call from an anonymous guy who said he worked for Michigan's football team, gave us the signals, gave us this, gave us some film, gave us some tendencies, and it was right on the money. So,
Thank you, Michigan.
yeah, you beat the hell out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
I didn't agree, though, in the article. It talked about that had they not done this, that we would have got Tennessee in the national championship like they were supposed to. Who was their quarterback? It wasn't Milton. It was
Hooker.
Hooker.
Yeah, I got hurt. So
Yeah.
got hurt anyway.
Once he tore his ACL, it was over. So,
yeah.
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
This is where we know that this is the what the hell's going on check of the day. The internet is on fire over whether OnlyFans models should be allowed to make content at Disneyland.
Is the internet on fire? I haven't seen anything about this.
What the fuck?
What are people in agreement or disagreement? Or
It's
both?
up in the air.
Okay, it's just what's the where are you leaning?
No.
I'm gonna say maybe let's not do it at Disneyland. Let's do
I'm
it
thinking
at
we
home.
got kids. Like, I'm thinking we don't need this.
What do they mean by content though? Like
They didn't specify.
yeah, like you want to like wear a bikini and take pics in front of the statue, or like you want to, be naked. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Well, it could enhance the experience, but I'm thinking
For
if you're on
some.
It's a Small World.
Yeah.
You look over, there's an OnlyFans model who's flashing people.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
could make your day, could break it.
not as family friendly as it could be.
Yeah, I'd expect it from like that could be something at like Six Flags I could see.
Mhm. Yeah.
Potentially that could be something at Horror Nights at Not Scary, that could be something going
Could
on.
implement.
But just Disneyland in general. I'm thinking
Yeah,
we don't
thinking
need
not the best place to be doing this.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, I read what this girl wrote. Not a great argument.
Yeah. You're not really selling anybody, ma'am.
She
You're not
said,
selling
"Well,
me.
the price of my ticket is like $400, so I want to make my money back." Like, that doesn't mean
Not
you
the
can flash
point.
little Timmy. Like, you can't.
Like
So,
you want to
yeah.
do it at a sporting event too?
Yeah.
That'll really go down well.
Yeah.
You'll get harassed so quick.
And that's the other part. Is it okay if you allow this to happen? Then where does the line draw for harassment? Like,
Mhm.
if you're walking around
Oh,
in a
yeah,
bikini
for
and you got
sure.
people freaking ogling you, like, you can't get pissed and then say like,
Definitely.
"I'm being objectified. I'm being, this or that." Like,
Yeah.
they came down here to go on Indiana Jones.
They're
okay?
just trying to chill and ride Thunder Mountain. Like
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah. So that was my what the fuck moment of the day. This is just the biggest insult I think ever. I've heard of people having a flat ass. This is the next level insult.
Yeah, that's
That
that's pretty tough. That ain't right. You need to go to the gym, hit some squats or something.
Go to the gym, eat some cornbread. I mean,
You could do a lot of things to fix that. Go get surgery.
double. Maybe it might be
really-
at that point. You might need to.
You
It
might
might
have
be
to just
necessary.
pull the trigger and get some surgery.
Yeah, that can't happen. That's bad. I'm not saying you got to have
that ain't good.
Goods, but damn, watch a full movie.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
entire movie.
You watch it.
I wouldn't even want to watch it. I would get like more depressed watching it. Like, dang, this is what you got.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah. It's just so bad. This one's, someone should have stopped him. My grandpa ate half a quart of paint.
That's a
today
guy?
with yogurt. I thought it was a woman, but apparently it's a guy. Alex,
Yeah, gonna die.
instead of posting this, help the poor man. Like, look at him.
I mean, they might not be able to. It could be dead. This guy, this dude
Half a
might.
quart.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking good.
Yeah. What did it taste like?
Yeah.
Like, after
At
a
what point do
couple-
you take a taste and it's like, okay, that's not yogurt. You just keep eating paint.
What yogurt is
Deserve to
green?
just kind of be done. Yeah, what yogurt would be green
I've
like
never
that?
heard
Yeah,
of pistachio
pistachio
yogurt.
maybe. Like that's about it.
Yeah, I don't.
Not that color of green. Like I'm thinking like a kiwi,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
probably not.
I don't think it tastes like kiwi. That's the key. Like it's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards no.
And this type of
I'm gonna
paint
lean.
looks like it's pre-lead.
Yeah, it
You know?
looks like very.
Mm.
You're not drinking Bear.
No,
You know.
not that single coat where it's
Yeah, the Chevrolet
washable.
of paints.
No. If so, that's some expensive yogurt.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
Alex, instead of posting this shit, let's help Granddad.
Help
Okay?
him out.
I mean,
So he
Jesus,
doesn't
what?
die on that in your
Yeah.
hallway or at the top of the stairs. You're gonna pass out and fall down the stairs right there.
Yeah, at least clean his lips up for him. I mean, god
Yeah,
damn
make
it.
him look presentable.
I mean, Cheech dresses like this too. He just doesn't need the paint, as far as I know. So
Yeah, well, for now.
true. I might have to check on it. Hey,
Yeah. One thing about his taste buds, he'll probably be okay. He'll know the difference.
he'll still eat it
hopefully.
though, I think.
Yeah, true. He'll be like, yeah, doesn't taste like it normally does. You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, maybe a
Let's
couple
eat
more
it.
bites, it'll change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's help Granddad, Alex. Let's not do that. So you could get some clout and Granddad dies. T's and P's, Gramps. That qualifies like elder abuse? Has to.
I don't think so because he did it on his like an accident. Like if they were feeding him paint, then yeah.
Eat your paint, damn it.
Then we got something bad that's going on. But
what if they crack the top for?
Yeah, that would be sick.
Oh man. Okay. This one, I mean, this one kind of falls in line with like she should be able to do this. Like this should be okay, right? Because she looks like she's ready for skinny girl activities. But we have to make sure that we're not just saying, "Yep," and you're on.
Oh, and she landed right on her head.
Right here.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, yeah, I'm thinking like it's not too much. Like we got a good base here, you know. we
Yeah,
got
you
the
don't need to. You don't need to
90-degree
go
look.
extension.
No, we don't need to.
Once you start extending
presser.
the, watch, she's gonna start hitting a little one of these. Yep. Once he started to see now the arms are past where her head would be, she can't keep it in track. This is all And then he just tossed her. He didn't even try. He said, "You know what?
Fuck it.
I'm done." When
I
she
was trying
lands
to break up with
directly
her.
on her head.
You think this guy's trying to break up with like Brittany here?
Maybe.
And she's one of those that like
He's like, let's do it. No, it's gonna be cool. He's like, this is my chance right here. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this.
I mean,
sit down.
Seriously, get down. I mean, there's so much going on here. We got the typical white guy look. We got the the long sleeve rolled up here. We got the chino shorts from probably Rucka.
Boom! Scorpion.
Let me see if I can get it right on the scorpion. Oh!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like
that's a full. That's a full one right there. They tapped. They got a little tap, for sure. Yeah. If you're not like a part of gymnastics, let's maybe not do this stuff.
Just if you want to hold the girl up top, do the whole
Yeah,
deal.
sure.
Keep it nice and tight.
Keep it easy. Keep it easy. Don't do
Don't let
anything
go.
that you're not
Over the top.
that you're not prepared to like. Don't do anything you haven't practiced before.
One more time. And I mean, we already got the Corona thing set up here, little Corona tree for Christmas. Got the typical setup, little deal here, and then just so excited.
We're in a good spot,
we're up.
and down you go, and your neck is broken, and you're paralyzed. I saw this
for Halloween.
Yeah, I saw this. This was sweet.
Drinking some ice cold wines.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I think I have to mute the audio, or we'll just cover it up and
it'll be all right.
Yeah. Look at a little shake and bake.
That's pretty sweet. I mean, it's spot on.
Yeah. I wish they would have done the whole slingshot. So just the.
Yeah.
But
that was good. That's a good costume. They really went.
That might be the look we have
like
to go for next year.
The suits look good. Like everything looks.
Yeah.
Everything looks good.
if we're doing this next year on the podcast, you want to be Cal or you want to be Ricky Bobby?
Ooh.
You got a
I
year
don't
to think
know.
about it.
Yeah. Trying to think of who would look more like who, but because even the guys look like
They look like, yeah.
decent and like it's not that far off.
Yeah.
It's not horrible.
Nice little WUD placement.
Yeah,
here.
no, they're I like it. I
I
saw
respect
that. I
it.
saw that. I was like, all right, that's good.
Good luck, man. This is just kind of, I don't know if this is good or bad. Scientists in Brazil are developing a new vaccine for cocaine addiction. Stop users from getting high.
Okay.
So, why? Just why?
I
Can't
guess
care.
I would
can't-
assume like they I don't know. Like, is it that big of a deal? I guess I don't know. Like, do you kind of wean them off of it, or it's just like boom, one shot, and you have to do it yearly, like the flu vaccine, or
Yeah, but is
to
there
like re
something
up?
that like kids have to get a cocaine vaccine now before they go to school?
No.
Like, oh,
I
make
think
sure
this
you're
would.
vaccinated
I
up.
think this would just be for people
So addicts, okay.
that are addicted. I would
Got it.
assume
Okay.
because there's no need to
Yeah.
like stop it if you don't. Like, I don't do cocaine, so I'm cool.
Good to know. Okay.
That's
Check
what I
that
would.
off the
That's what I
list.
would think.
Yeah.
Or else it's yeah. Which could be useful for people like who are trying to
Yeah.
get off and like
Sure.
if there's just a vaccine, a one all vaccine, but would that also potentially lead to more people willing to do drugs because they know I can just take this vaccine and then like if
That's a good
shit
point.
starts going bad,
I just
I just go get the
failed.
vaccine and
Check.
then I'll be good.
I'm assuming there's some give and take here. It's got to take something from you. I'm sure it probably takes like fertility or there's got to be something.
There's always a side effect, yeah.
Like,
Hair loss or
yeah,
there's always something that'll just screw you over.
your junk falls off. I mean, something. You know,
Yeah.
you eat paint like grandpa. You don't know the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
were-
happened.
that was
Grandpa
he was
got his
actually
vaccine.
he was actually the test subject and that's what went wrong.
This is what happens to you. Yeah, you're not on cocaine anymore, but you eat paint. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're addicted to cocaine and it helps you get off it, cool. But
Yeah,
I
more
just,
power to you.
yeah, just thought there's a lot more things we could get a vaccine for over that. But hey, we got it.
Yeah, let's work on maybe like curing cancer or something.
There we go.
That
It's
would
not the
be
vaccine we want. It's the vaccine that we got.
that would be cool. That would be a nice touch if we could, cure cancer or something like that.
Yeah, I'd like it. I'd love it. For the founder of it, would make a lot of money too. So
Oh yeah,
think about
that's
that.
big. That's big bucks right there.
Yeah. This is pretty funny. Trent, obviously speaking in the probably to one of his boys, he's the guru for giving you all your betting advice. Trent knows this shit like the back of his hand. Trent sends you a text. You're thinking about betting. Tulsa first half plus 10 is a lock. Thank me later. So confident. So just
He just knows.
to the point. It's like reading Green Eggs and Ham for him, right? Like sees the field. Yeah, about that.
Yeah. Not. That's a loss.
Trent,
Trent, we
Fuck
whiffed on
you.
this one.
okay?
Lost by 50 at half.
Yeah.
What was the final score of that game?
I think they hung like 60 on them.
They basically just didn't even play in the
Yeah.
second half or didn't have to. I'm gonna find this game.
Yeah, they basically sat everyone across from each other and they learned how to play slide for the rest of the game.
Yeah, 69-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't
Well, Trent, we're not thanking you.
The quarterback for SMU had a 99.5 QBR. And mind you, that's out of 100.
So he's passing the test.
Yeah, so he's doing his thing.
Okay. We do love to see that. Trent, maybe stop calling it a lock, you know what I mean? I'm sure you're good at what you do, but maybe remind your friends it's a 50-50. I just like to be confident with my picks, yada yada. It's tougher when it's not your money. If it's just your money, hey, who gives a shit? But you're helping people lose their money, it's a little tougher. Or hey, just don't listen to Trent's advice anymore. This is I'm not really sure how this goes wrong, but essentially what's happening is I believe these girls are walking by the beach. There's a party going on upstairs, probably some sort of, college party downtown. Um, and I think the idea is the girl wants a drink, but they have a cooler so they could just pop the little button, and give her a little
Yeah.
drink, catch it. I'm not sure what the hell goes wrong here. And I mean, she's obviously a little spectator.
Let me
here.
guess what goes wrong. Let me guess.
Yeah, what do you think happens?
Everything falls on her.
What's
Fast.
everything?
Like everything.
Okay.
Everything that they're trying to do
It's
falls
just
right directly on her face. Or this guy starts pissing. Those are my two options.
I like
Or he
your
just starts
options
pissing.
better.
She's pretty as hell, though. Yeah.
Oh, yep. There's everything. Here it comes.
Austin, piece of shit.
Oh, she's pissed.
She's pretty as hell, though.
I mean, you're trying to chat her up. You're trying to think I can, maybe if my
You
friend
try and get 'em
secures
up.
her, try to get her.
Yeah, you're
come
trying to get the
upstairs.
2-man.
Yeah.
The whole Austin.
Thing. Austin, buddy. You know how long
What-
it took to set that up? You know how much alcohol is in there?
Bro, the
How many
jungle juice going on
bottles?
here?
Oh my gosh, I'd kill him. I'd kill my friend. I'd murder him
What
in
was
front of the girls.
What was the point of this though? Like, okay, if we hold it over the side and we just click the button.
Yeah,
she
like
does
it
the
should have.
rest.
It should have been pretty self-explanatory. Like it should have been pretty easy to execute. But I'm assuming is the ledge was probably skinny, and they're trying to hold it so it doesn't
And
like.
it's heavy. and
Yeah,
then
so it doesn't like. It gets enough clearance to
Mhm.
where the spigot like it could go down, but in the process of that, you know what? He probably tried to do it all himself. So he two hands it on the thing, and then he's like, okay, oh shit, I got to hit the faucet. So then one hand comes off and once he goes here. He underestimates how heavy it is and how like the weight imbalance would be, and boom, right on her face.
See if we can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear the slip like you're talking about.
Yeah.
You can kind of hear it. It's like sound whoring in Call of Duty.
And that hits her square on the chin.
Look at, I mean,
Oh, it looks good too.
you got the fruit in there too.
That's
to
so
tighten
much.
up.
So many people could have got drunk off of that.
Yeah, that
But
could have got a
in
whole
the end-
fraternity drunk.
Nothing.
No, and then
And then you lose the
Austin.
girls too. Austin, everyone's pissed at Austin. The girls are like, this. They just tried to kill me with a jungle juice. We're gone.
Well, to be fair, ladies, they were going to try to kill you with the jungle juice anyways. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not exactly mixing.
They took it a
professionals.
little serious.
Yeah. Or they were just so excited, just didn't know how to play it. And
Piece
Austin
of shit,
is,
Austin, man. Fuck that guy.
I mean, look, we got bumper to bumper traffic. It would have been perfect. Hey, come upstairs. We got more.
Yeah,
jungle
yeah. Come
juice.
chill with us. Like, it's all good.
I don't think anyone here. Yeah, you could. That's Austin. That has to be.
Yeah.
And they just reaching back. See, now we're gone. She probably got
Wait,
a bloody lip.
did someone at the end? Hold on. Go to like fast forward it. Do you hear someone right at the end say, "All right, let's go get more alcohol"?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
They're definitely about to say, "All right, let's go get more alcohol." Like, yeah, fair enough. To whoever that was, it was like, you know what? Keep it pushing. Yeah, they're definitely saying, "Let's go get more alcohol." Like at that point, you just got to keep it pushing.
How did you fumble that bad? Like, that is terrible. That is.
Yeah, not good.
Gentlemen, you're watching podcasts and you're trying to. You got the good setup. You got the balcony area next to the beach. You got the hot girls walking by, and you're trying to do this.
Don't do
be
that.
afraid to ask for some assistance, so we don't have a situation like this. Because your
Yeah,
boys would rather
you-
hold this for you
Yeah.
and keep the drinks, whether you
Then
get
it
the girls
all
or not.
then it all go downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one hurts me. I've seen it before, but just breaking it down, there's just so much alcohol wasted.
For sure.
This one's pretty
It's
funny.
just-
This dude makes a ghost drone and
Ghost?
terrorizes people for Halloween, and oh boy, that's it right there.
Okay.
Halloween, we finna play too much, and I'm egging it on. Whoever got a drone, let's go! Fuck is you talking about? Put that bitch
Damn,
behind the tree.
that looks
Dress it
scary.
up, dress it up nice like Annabelle. Finna scare the hell out of any nigga. Oh my God! Yup. Drop that bitch down right there. Got his ass. Come here, boy. Come here. Give me your soul. Give me your motherfucking soul. Give me here. Yeah! Nicest fucking ghost ever. Niggas losing it. Like, what the fuck was
It
that?
actually does look pretty scary. If that's just like
Let it
hiding
back
out
in,
behind a
motherfucker.
tree or
Watch it,
something.
Watch it. Come here. Come here. Give me your soul. Come here, have a soul catcher, baby. Come here, let me holler at you real quick.
You think this is the same guy who's doing the drone? Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not. Just commentating over
Here
it.
we go.
I think you
Y'all
can
got
talk
your
over
bus
the road.
transfers? I'm gonna need a soul. Give me a soul. I'll give you all a ride. Come on in, buddy. Damn. Ain't this a bitch?
There you go. That's a good idea, honestly.
Yeah,
Make things a little extra scary.
this is.
It ain't the worst idea.
We showed you the flat ass picture where you could watch a movie on it.
Okay.
I didn't think it could get worse.
Whoa.
I don't know if this.
I'm gonna close my eyes. And you're gonna get that off screen. I'm closing them. I swear. If I open my eyes and it's still there. God damn it. I don't want to look at it.
Okay, it's gone.
You lie. You're lying. Now take it off.
No, it's gone.
Okay, it's gone. Thank you. That's horrific. That's just
Go to the gym, please.
do something. Get surgery. I don't care. I don't care. Be fake. Be so fake. Like you can't live your life like that.
I don't think there's a body type like that. Like that's
You just
not...
have no like I'm not like you don't have to have you don't even have to have ass. But you can't have that. You got to at least like
That's flat as a board.
you can
That's
at
an
least
ironing
have
board.
you can at least be in shape, you know, like oh goodness me. And if you do have that, don't take
send me a pic of it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. 'cause
Especially to
you will
brighten
piss me
my
off.
day.
Yeah.
Shane, I heard
But
you.
first
had
of all,
that.
buddy, what you doing talking to her?
That's a good point.
You
You
knew
knew
what you
what
were
we were
signing up
getting into.
for? Yeah, like
There's no filter that can fix that.
yeah, like I mean,
Yeah, that's...
probably not, yeah. Trying to think. Even the one that like makes you super curvy, like it still might not even do it.
I don't think it would register on it. It'd be like, there's
Yeah, it
no
might
item
not.
here, and
It might not.
you might kill yourself after that. This is how you know you're at a frat party when fucking Hulk Hogan.
Alright, he was shit. I'm a bitch.
I'm a bitch. All right, off the top rope.
Oh my gosh. Nobody caught him. I think he's knocked out.
I love how this.
Alright, he was shit. I'm a bitch.
Also a bitch.
This guy's so drunk.
Go.
Nobody down here, I think.
Nobody
has a
knows he's
clue
coming.
He's gonna fucking.
I don't think
jump.
they do.
Nobody
And
makes sense. All of these gentlemen could catch him. Like you could take.
they could do it. Or they at least like brace the fall a little bit.
Yeah, spread it out amongst us.
Now
But
he just went face first.
he's a heat-sinking missile. He
Yeah.
committed.
Yeah, he went all in. To be fair to
let
him.
Let's hear the stud. Let's see if there's anything left in his cranium from school. Like if he knows his ABCs.
Boom.
Not think it's so. I don't know if he's alive actually.
Then you
'cause-
got the minions to help.
Yeah, Bob and what's the other one? Bob and
I think he didn't go too far. Like he almost hits the counter of the kitchen.
yeah. You take this thing to the face. Ooh,
Oh, dude, he might die.
I
He
think
doesn't
might
aim
die
that right.
here.
He might. Yeah, I mean, he's not. We're not seeing much movement.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any movement. They're trying to move him. Yeah, he is. You know what? T's and P's, pal.
Yeah, jeez.
Thank you, Hulk.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
The
And then
Halloween
another
night.
episode of how stupid our job application's getting. I don't know how reliable this girl is. Is it Beta?
Beta, yeah.
Beta Golsh?
Beta Golsh.
Beta Golsh. She said this is definitely the most bizarre question I've ever seen on a job application. I've seen some really weird ones, but this one takes the cake. I understand trying to out of the box thinking, but this one's a little too much. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant? I mean,
I don't know.
teach it sign language.
Just let it live in my backyard.
Okay.
Shoot it
Okay.
and just put it out of its misery because he's probably gonna hate his life being with me.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to type in there? I'm going to move to a temperate climate where elephants can thrive, and I'm going to like. What do you want me to say? I'm gonna shoot it in the head with an elephant gun to put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
That's my goal, probably. And use his tusks for money. Sell his tusks.
I would love to show this question to your dad and ask like what would be the right answer here.
Yeah, I am actually curious what is the right answer. Like,
I think this is a situation where the person writing the question wanted to make themselves important and they just pulled a question out of their ass. Like, what is this going to tell you about how I'm going to be on the job?
they say, hey guys, this would be funny.
Could be.
Like this would get some funny answers. Let's see what they do with this.
Like,
And they're actually looking for what the funniest answer would be.
kill it and sell the ivory so I can buy a house. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no answers for you. I just know that I wouldn't want to work here. That's all I know.
Oh. No, and I wouldn't either. I mean, it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
Bunch of bullshit.
I do not want to be a part of this company, please. Get me
Turn them
out.
into a battle elephant and rule the world.
Now that's an answer right there. That they might want that.
Okay. But how would I achieve that? That's the big thing. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all bullshit. Might be the real answer. We say every week we'll find a better way to do this. We're not. It's never gonna.
No, and we won't try probably.
No, probably
We'll just keep it. We'll just keep it rocking.
not. People keep tuning in, so this is what it is. This, I mean, for those of you who didn't watch the fight, Francis Ngannou, Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury had an exhibition boxing match as heavyweight champions. Tyson won off of a split decision, but
It was a pretty like could have went either way type of fight.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of checking the face the day after to know like who
Yeah.
really won.
But Ngannou's black, so
True,
might not see the bruise as well.
but after seeing that's a good point. After seeing Ngannou, like he ate some shots from Fury and he just kept coming forward. Like it
Yeah.
didn't phase him. He just got hit and he's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely not on the camp of like robbery. It's like a robbery is when everybody knows that person won. Like a robbery isn't like I could see you giving Fury by 1. I could see Ngannou by 1. Like that's not a robbery. That's just like this judge scored it this way. Like a robbery is like I'm trying to think of things you'd actually consider a robbery.
I think a robbery was like Fury Wilder won.
I think a robbery is the first Triple G Canelo fight. It ended in a draw.
Yep.
And everybody thought Triple G won.
Yep. I didn't remember that fight.
And yeah, like that's a robbery. Like when everyone's in, like I get, well, how did Ngannou win when he knocked him down? Like it's the same thing that happened in the Fury Wilder first fight. Like Wilder dropped him in 2 rounds. So those are a couple 10-8s. Then you have some mid rounds in there. But if Fury banks about 8 rounds in there, 6 to 8 rounds, then like
it's tough to
it could be a draw. Like I don't know. Like a lot of the rounds were like no one really won. So it's like I can't get mad at a ref who's like, I think maybe Fury by a little. Like people, I feel like they don't understand how boxing is scored. Like it doesn't take anything else into account besides that. Literally, you go that round, okay, 10-9. Like it's not like now is there corruption? Probably, but like technically they're not supposed to go 10-9. Then they get down to round 6, look up at the other rounds and say, wait, he's up by how much? That one was close. Let me give it to Ngannou just so it makes it closer. Like that's not how you're supposed to do it. Whether
supposed to focus on each individual
you're
round.
supposed to say, okay, that round, and then you go at the end, you score it. Like, oh, this is how it turned out. This is all I can do. Sometimes that shit doesn't happen though, obviously. But
it is pretty interesting just in the fact that Fury did throw an elbow at Ngannou.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't know how that he didn't get a point taken away from that because that would have been
Yeah, I don't know
difference,
if they
but
just classify that as like accidental because he like I don't
he
know. Ngannou, if anyone could take it, it's Ngannou. He's used to that shit. So
true. I mean, I just saw it like we talked about. There was a lot on the line. You have the heavyweight champion of the world versus an MMA heavyweight champ. It's like boxing couldn't lose that fight.
yeah,
Like unless Ngannou knocked him out. Like if it's going to the scorecards, like to keep order in boxing, Fury does have to win that. Now
yeah,
it was a good fight.
yeah.
It's
It
hard to
wasn't
say.
bad.
People were asking, did Fury not show up in shape? The guy never shows up in shape. I mean, he never looks like he's in
Yeah,
shape.
he did not
So
do. He just didn't box very well.
no.
Even that, like,
To be
he
fair though,
He
I
didn't do a
mean,
lot.
Ngannou had probably he's so big, his defense was just he kept it to
Yeah,
highlight
but
here
even
and just kept
Ngannou,
his
like
elbow here.
Ngannou didn't like no one really did much. Like even the left hook that landed was kind of just like a flash left hook. Like it wasn't like they weren't
Wasn't
really
power
either
shot.
of them throwing combinations at each other, which is odd because I feel like Fury could have gotten away with literally jab, jab, 1, 2,
Jab, jab,
3,
cross.
back up,
Yep.
1, 2, 3, clinch, and he just didn't really do any of that, which was odd.
Yeah.
He might have thought he couldn't really like
He didn't want to get caught with another shot, I don't think.
maybe, yeah, but
Hey, it's a
he's
good
been
fight.
caught with shots before. Yeah,
I would have thought Wilder would
cool.
have shown like I don't care what shots I get caught with, like I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, good fight. They're saying that Francis might start boxing more. If he's a heavyweight, I'll take
Do
him
it.
over
I mean, he's not in
pretty much
UFC
much.
anymore, so you might as well.
Facts. This is tough. So this is Jaleel attempted to hit the mega ramp and I'm not really sure how he did this. This is at I think Nitro Circus. I don't know what event it was. It just says Nitro
Mhm.
Circus on the side, so forgive me. But
This is a big wheel. What the? Yeah, somebody go get him. He's spazzing out on the ground. Yeah, that didn't work. I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the ramp because I was just assuming he'd go down. I need to look at this again. Play it again. Just drove straight off. What's this guy doing? Yeah, he might
sort
be
of
dead.
substances involved because
Yeah, he's got to be like drunk or something.
he went straight off. Like they lined him up solid.
Yeah, like there's only one way you can really go, and he didn't go that way.
Oh, he's already down my bed. He's right there.
I mean, that's a straight. That's a pretty big fall, and he's picking up speed while he's falling. So, or like going down the ramp
What's that? Like 5, 6 stories?
from the top. Yeah, or four, probably 4.
One flight, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
like 5. Yeah, 4 or 5. So he's getting about halfway before. Like that's head first
Right here.
y-
Yeah.
off of a 2-story building, basically. But
Dang.
you're already falling, so like it technically he's just falling from 5 stories onto his head.
Yep.
Yeah, not good.
I don't know what went wrong there, but T's and
Everything.
P's. Hopefully you're okay.
Everything went wrong.
This is something interesting. I didn't expect this from this guy. This might be a typical day of fishing. This might be what it's like when you go fishing with me and my dad.
Look at that. Oh, look at the mark he's got on him. That's like where a seal bit him. Did you find the big rock? If you can't find a rock, Daddy's got this.
Look at Dan.
Dang.
There we go.
All right now. Just beat the shit out of it.
Beat
This
the
guy's big
fuck
on
out-
TikTok.
That is a love.
Just beat the fuck out of it. I mean, they're good hooks.
I know this guy does a lot of like
A seal
outdoors
bit him.
videos on TikTok.
Did you find a big rock?
Oh, he does?
If you can't find a rock,
Yeah. This
I
guy's
don't
a legend.
Expect this guy to
He,
be
like, camps in, like-
throwing
In
haymakers.
like the wilderness of Alaska, like deep mountains of Alaska, and he like will build himself a shelter like in the snow cavern. Like he's so hardcore. Yeah, it's wild. Just beat the shit out of it.
Daddy's got this. There we
Bam,
go. That is
bam.
a love.
There you go.
There you go, pal.
There's dinner, kids.
This is just the OnlyFans has to
Always
stop.
OnlyFans. They just can't be stopped, huh?
This one was pretty funny though because OnlyFans teacher scandal part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Second high school teacher from the same Missouri high school busted with OnlyFans accounts. So it's like Revenge of the Sith.
You ain't even that cute, bro. All these ugly girls on OnlyFans trying to chase the bag.
That's the sad part though. That's why it needs to end because like you're ugly and you're making the bag off OnlyFans. Like
Wish it was me though.
Are,
Give me
are
the
guys
bag.
really this down bad? In
Yes,
America? Like,
that's the thing.
are you
They
serious?
Yeah, she's got to be making enough. She's got to be
Are you,
making something. Like,
are there people that desperate for female attention that they'd say, "I will pay you $20 a month just to talk to me"? That is,
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how. Oh yeah, there are some down bad. There's some straight sawed off individuals out there.
I mean, just go outside, go
Yeah.
to the gym. You'll
Do
feel
something
better.
else.
Just go talk to a girl at a bar. You'll be okay. Get some
You'll
liquid
find
coffee. Go.
somebody, like somebody's down. You might have to lower your standards a little bit
Yeah.
because now you
You
just
know,
think you're
maybe when
talking to
I-
OnlyFans models all day. Like they
Yeah.
don't love you, bro. Go out and shoot at your level. Ain't nothing bad with being JV.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Plus, we don't know what she looks like once all this makeup goes away.
Yeah, they're not all first round picks.
Yeah. Doesn't mean they can't start.
There you go. Doesn't mean they can't be a good, solid player on your team.
Yeah. Even Brock Purdy is a decent starter, okay?
Oh yeah, and
Mr.
he was
Irrelevant.
he was the last pick of the draft.
So,
Having a
Hey.
good old career right now.
just this needs to stop.
It needs to end. I can't do it.
Now, what if they get 3 from the same high school?
They're probably all in cahoots with one another.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. They know what's good. Like your students will find some shit. Like they're digging. They're trying to find your IG.
Yeah.
Like if you have your IG and then like you just slip up and put your OnlyFans link in there, or you do a thing, like they'll find you. They
Yeah.
can find your OnlyFans just by searching your name on Google.
Probably.
So and so OnlyFans, and the link will probably come up. Then you're
Yeah.
done for. You got your high school students looking at your OnlyFans. Done.
Oh boy. Well,
Done for.
Missouri, whatever high schools is, maybe we do a little
Figure it out, please.
checking, you know. When you hire another teacher, just so you know, you cannot have an OnlyFans while you're here. I know I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I've had to do twice.
Yeah.
Like,
Third time's a charm.
boy, oh boy. This is pretty crazy. This is, I believe, a cruise in the Norwegian cruise ship. So, cruise ship around the Norwegian area.
Okay.
They're hitting some rough seas, and it shows.
Oh. Oh.
Get that on video.
Here it comes.
They don't have things in place for this?
Okay, now you're standing, huh? Let's get our ship on. Here it comes. Go again. And here we go.
I thought they had to have things in place for this. Like, maybe not. Like, I don't know. I've never been on a cruise, so.
But even if they don't,
Do you not know if there's going to be rough sea ahead? I feel like that's something you know.
you can see it coming up.
Yeah, or
can
like,
sit
I think
there,
they even have more than that. They probably have some sort of like
probably sonar or
sensors
something.
and that can like detect it. There's got to be like a fail safe for this instead of just, hey, let's just all sit here and let the ceiling fall on our head
Yeah.
and let a piano crash into me. We got to have a better plan.
But at the same time, we got to have a little bit of better self-awareness and some survival skills.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Get out of the way. I'm going to my room.
So, you're going on a Norwegian cruise
Yeah,
ship.
good
just
luck on the
know
cruise.
These might be Halloween costumes of the year. Like, these might be the greatest things I've ever seen.
All right. Oh yeah.
Look at this shit. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
And then this one is just dope. Look at the little man.
get in.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Boom. I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
I mean,
And it looks super super good too.
yeah, like let's just look at the little man here. I
Oh.
mean,
That's a car.
Yeah.
That's a
that's
toy car.
Camaro, baby. It's a Camaro with racing.
If they were just on the sidewalk and I just did a double take, I'd be like, oh, somebody left their toys out. But no, those are humans in there.
That is wild. I
That's
respect the
pretty
hell out of that. Dope. Whoever did that, keep doing what you're doing. This is just comedy. I don't know how it would have happened, but I wished if we played around. Well, no, because anytime I played around Halloween time, it was playoffs, so you can't really do stuff like this. But if you have a practice around Halloween and you can make it fun, just do something where like the players can wear the costumes. Because this is
Mhm.
just like there's nothing more vibey for the boys down at Arizona State than you have Sully up. You got Spider-Man as catcher,
Yeah.
and it doesn't disappoint.
Sully is up.
Look at that. Go. Dig it, dig. What a baby.
Good baby,
Baby
Sully.
Sully. It's the fucking.
The run. That's the way he's got to hold the bat.
He's committed. A little.
I want to see him slide into second.
That would be.
I want to see what that looks like. That
There
would be
we go.
insanity.
Shout out Sun Devils baseball.
Costume would probably rip, but it would be hilarious.
Um.
Oh, is
Next
this gonna be
on,
one of the bounce? Yeah, I think I saw this before, and I still don't know how this person isn't dead.
I don't understand why you think this is gonna work. Like,
Bad idea. Bad strategy.
I mean, just looking at you in general, you look like the type of guy that would get hit with a hatchet. You
Big
know,
dumb
like coming
dipshit.
back at
Yep.
you, like you
Oh,
throw
yeah.
the shit and it's coming back,
For sure.
and it doesn't disappoint. Just oh shit.
Dude, that guy's life just flashed right. Look at him. Whizzing right by his head.
Woo!
Like it would have been facing the other way, so it would have been all right.
I mean, it's still gonna fucking hurt.
Oh no, it's still gonna hurt like shit, but it's not at least blade into skull. So you're gonna avoid death. Just off of luck. But dude.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, I wonder what was gonna happen when I throw the knife at the thing.
Fucking hatchet. Watch you throw this hatchet at the fucking exercise ball, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Was he throwing it thinking he was gonna pop it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
This guy
Didn't work out, huh? How you thought?
Somehow Mitt from the Pat McAfee show is filming this.
Yeah.
This is like one of his boys. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Dude, throw it at the medicine ball.
shit, dude.
Dude, it'll be so crazy.
See it one more time, dude. Here we go. Oh shit.
It landed perfectly on the like knob too. That was or the handle. Like, watch how
Yeah.
perfect it like lands on it.
Right there.
Yeah, like if it lands any other way, it bounces like boom, and then it's just straight right back at your face.
I don't
Ready?
think you're the boss, pal.
Ready to just cause harm. Oh my gosh, man.
I know how it ends, and I'm still worried.
That guy shit his pants.
Don't be this dumb. okay?
Whoa, hold on. I have breaking news. Breaking news for the end of the pod.
Yeah,
76ers have agreed to trade or to deal James Harden to the Clippers.
What?
Harden to the Clippers live at the end of the pod.
What? Breaking news?
Breaking news. Even though this will
Little
go out
Woj
tomorrow,
bomb?
so it have like
Oh.
wow. There you have it, people.
Do they say what it's for?
I didn't.
Who
It
the
just
deal?
said
Woj bomb?
it was a Woj bomb. It was a confirmed Woj bomb. I'll try and find it. You can scroll to the next thing though, and then I'll see what I find.
We already shit on the Giants enough. They lost -9 passing yards, the lowest total in NFL history, or in the NFL this century. So nothing much to shit on them for. This is a shoplifter knocked unconscious by Coke bottle tomahawk throw. This might be the greatest Coke bottle throw I've ever seen to stop someone from robbing them. We need to get this guy signed to the Giants. Maybe this guy could probably do some damage.
Okay.
Look at this shit. I'm gonna steal shit. Okay. Thinking. Oh, you're thinking you're the shit. Boom! Sit your ass down, boy.
Oh my gosh. Knocked
Sit your
him
ass down, boy.
out cold. Out cold.
Okay, you think you can stop homeboy? All right. He's trying to be cool with you. What, this is like a Trader Joe's or some shit?
That's crazy.
And this guy says, "Oh, you think so? You're fucking just." That's a 2-liter too. A little 2-hand toss. Hey, you tell me the Giants couldn't use that accuracy?
I know.
Boom! That is a dart.
Dead.
Bang!
Dead body. Yeah, that hits solid too.
Slumped.
That
as soon
hits
as you see that
solid.
ankle start kind of kicking, so that's a possible quarterback number one the Giants should look
Yeah.
at. This is pretty interesting. They're talking about maybe Wilder and Ngannou. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It'd be fun. I would like to
I'd
see
tune
it.
in.
Might as well. Let's
Wilder
see it.
catches him. Maybe
I would like
something
to see
happens.
Wilder like fight
Somebody.
Joshua or fight. Like I want to see everybody. Let's all start fighting each other instead of just all talking about how cool it would be to fight each other.
This guy though. This guy should be in the NFL. Look at this beer toss right here.
Oh, that's got a shot.
Boom, on the money.
Dang.
One delivery service right there. It's like hockey.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Just a beautiful little toss here. Wind up.
Oh, that's got a shot.
Perfect. That guy's
Nice.
gonna. He won't forget that for the rest of his life.
No. And then last but not least, it's kind of just a concept deal. You've seen probably those people acting. How quick could you open the door if Michael Myers chased you?
Oh yeah, I've seen these. Yeah, these are fun.
It's better when you got O-line.
We got big fat stooges.
So we got just regular quarterback. Here we go, boy.
Oh God.
Get to the door. There we go. Atta baby, represent the Qs. Now, Big Hoss. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Oh. Not
See,
a
I feel like
chance.
if you're Michael Myers, though, you're like speed walking up to people, though. That's the key.
Yeah.
You're not slow walking it. You're like, all right, fuck it.
But I feel like he wouldn't be that close to you when you start your run. Oh, he's good. No, not a
Yeah,
chance.
you had to patter the feet about 5 or 6 times. Yeah, you're done like 8
Not a chance.
times.
I could tell by the run up. This guy might be all right.
Here's a chance. Open the door.
He's got a good chance.
Get it. Oh,
Ooh, just about, but he got there. Not a chance in the world. Shoes came off. He's dead.
you have a better chance trying to body slam Michael Myers. bro.
Yeah, dead.
Come on. Jesus. Not a shot in hell.
Dead.
Not a shot in hell.
You got to know what key it is. I feel like that's the key. No pun intended.
That's all
Yeah,
I got.
Woj Bomb. I got no actual intel on who they traded for, but you got Harden, you got Russ, you got Kawhi, you got Paul George on one team.
So it's
Maybe I don't know.
OKC with Kawhi.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
kind of.
Because Paul
Yeah.
George was
Yeah, pretty much.
with. Huh.
Yeah.
It's a big step for our program, you know? We're not just big dumb dipshits all the time. Got you some intel.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. They'll probably just still lose in the playoffs again.
Of
What
course.
they do.
They always do.
Yeah.
All right, man. I mean, I
All
think
right.
we hit everything.
Oh yeah. Covered all our bases. Everybody have a happy Halloween. That's first
Absolutely.
and foremost.
Happy Halloween. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let
Yep.
us know what you're doing for Halloween. Any good movies you're looking at, any
Oh, yeah.
places you're looking to scare people. And stay safe out there, and we'll see you on Friday. Later.
See ya.